play button. I'm pressing the play button. We're in. Let me just... I think I... Oh my God. Can everyone hear us? Nightmare fuel. This is...
Nightmare fuel.
Are we in? Are we in? Can the people hear us? Give the people what they want. How are we, people?
Can you hear me?
Live.
1, 2, buckle my shoe.
3, 4, kick down my door.
Yeah, there you go. That's what we're looking for. That one comment. Yes. We
Can hear
All right,
you.
good.
Yep, we're good.
Good.
Oh, yes, sweet. I'll put you on live chat and we should be all right. We should be good to go, yeah?
Okay.
All
Beautiful.
right. What's up, lads? How are we?
Just living the
Good,
dream,
mate.
brother.
Yeah.
Very good.
How you doing?
A lot of facial hair happening tonight. I'm liking it, eh?
A lot.
That's actually the first thing I noticed when I jumped in. I'm like, Jolie missed the beard memo, bro. Like,
This is as best as it gets, okay? That's all I can do. I had my sister's wedding, so I had to like just trim it back and look pretty for it, yeah?
I could do that in probably 6 hours.
No, probably. Thanks, mate. This is like, yeah, you're right. Actually, I don't think I've shaved in 3 weeks. So this is like 3 weeks. It's looking pretty good.
Love it.
Who's in there? Miss Ace, welcome in. Kickers, welcome in. Life with Jade, how are ya? Care to shine. Listen, mate, what's happening? Mr. Zards, Life with Jade again. There we go. Sorry, I've got like the chat has blown up really big for some reason, so I'm probably not getting as much chat on my screen as I possibly can. But yes.
As long as you're on live chat, brother, that's all that matters.
It's on live chat. Listen, who knows? Listen, who knows? And I probably should set up the questions, yeah? Questions.
Why not?
Start a Q&A. There you go.
Good eye chat. Welcome in, everyone. Make sure you guys do yourself a favor. Hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already to Joel. Please and thank you.
such a good point. You know, I forget to do that in every video and everything we do. Like, I just,
Selling yourself's the hardest, so that's why Harry's like being a big hype man.
Quality.
I am the goat. I'm the fucking goat of this shit, man. Nobody beats me, yeah?
All right.
Oh, dear.
All right, what's been happening, people? Gaz, how you been, mate? It's been a while.
Yeah, good, mate. Good. Yeah, doing well. Keeping busy.
You've started up a second channel, I think, since the last time we spoke.
Indeed, I have.
You want to talk about that?
3 weeks. So main channel, obviously PokeGaz, but did channel Grumpy Gamer 84. So if you want to watch me play some video games, take after Harry, and watch me get a little annoyed sometimes. Other times, it's just one of those names where I'm not grumpy, and I'm having fun with it. And Are
you live streaming
Welcome
that one?
to the dark side, my friend. Welcome to the fucking dark side.
Yeah, it's just live streaming. At the moment doing but I've just changed my schedule at work. So there may be an occasional during the day Monday stream from time to time. Plans to team up with this handsome devil.
Oh yeah, I'd like to see you guys
right down here at some point.
Oh, man. Oh, God. Stop it, yeah.
So we'll probably do a bit of a collab at some point. But at the moment, just playing DayZ and getting killed a lot.
Nice one.
I'm not good at it. So
I know there's like some dude on the other side of the planet, just like he's been playing it for like 15 hours a day every day for the past 10 years. Yeah.
No, he's 5 years old. He's got Cheeto fingers. He's just smashing you. You're gonna have to deal with it. You know?
I'm playing on 300 ping on some of these servers because they're UK and US servers, so I don't even see them before I'm dead.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
Technically.
Good stuff. Mr. Hobby Podcast AU, sorry if that's over your name, but we've got Dean from the Hobby Podcast / Lunar Cards. How are you, mate?
I'm good, brother. I'm
Welcome
good.
in.
Thanks for having me on. It's been I know we talked about it a couple times. I'm just trying to line up schedules, so I'm stoked to be here tonight.
Thanks, man. Thanks for coming. You got a lot on your plate at the moment. You've got the Hobby Podcast. You're doing Whatnot how many times a week? Whatnot, my favorite thing in the world.
11 streams.
Are you joking right now?
No.
How are you doing 11? You're doing 2 a day?
Yep. And 1 on Sundays.
Oh,
But
my
do
God.
you own a card store? Don't you said like
Yeah, Lunar Cards.
Oh right. Well, it makes sense that someone with a card store would do what. Continue. That's fine. I'll allow it.
Yeah.
Well,
But no spare minutes. Obviously, Lunar Cards is a business I run with 3 other partners. And that's our shop front in Bentley. But then we've got other parts of that business, including our eBay and now bringing in Whatnot. And as just mentioned, we stream 11 times a week. So we do the morning streams and then the evening streams, Monday to Friday, and then we do a Sunday night as well. So that's keeping us busy. That platform, obviously, it's a good platform. I'm happy to go into it a bit later because I know it's not your favorite platform, Jolly. So
we'll fight about that later. We're going to do a big.
We can dive into that. And then obviously, the hobby podcast is sort of like mine and Kernsy's love child, I guess. We always used to talk about TCGs and pop culture and the hobby between ourselves. We're like, let's just get some mics and some cameras and let's start recording it. And we're pretty lucky in the first 12 months, which we've only sort of just ticked over, to have a couple of good guests on there that just happen to be friends of ours and helped, I guess, kind of get it off the ground. But, and
Mr. Beast's fiance as well.
Yeah, she was on there. Yeah, Tia, she was on there.
Well
that was a good get.
Look at Harry just realised.
That was a good get.
Yeah.
What?
But we've had a couple of good guests on there, and then the last couple of sort of episodes were just kind of going more, just like Poke news, I guess. That's sort of like the hot topic at the moment, and it's just hard to get.
Well, why would you start a Poke News podcast? That sounds like a stupid idea. No one would ever go for that. That seems like a waste of time.
It just seems to be what everybody's talking about. You know what I mean? Like it never used to be, and now it is. When we started it, honestly, the Pokemon part of our podcast was like 25%. Now it's 75%. It's been an interesting sort of like 9 to 10 months just watching it kind of blow up.
Yeah, it's been a good few months, which we'll get into in a second as well. We've got a bunch of stuff to get into on that. Thanks, bro. And Harry, what have you been up to? King of Perth?
Killing the game, Joel. Just the huge, mate. Just sitting on the throne, doing my thing, man. Just killing the game. I don't know, man. There's nobody better. I don't know. Whatever.
Holding top position until Gaz takes you over, yeah?
The rest of fuck it. Look, listen. Gaz can ride my coattails until we get to the top, together. But other than that, I mean, it'll be what it'll be. Look, honestly, man, just took up Twitch. Over on Twitch as well as YouTube, so doing both. It's been good, dual streaming. But my YouTube has primarily been filled up with Fortnite quite a bit. So it seems to be paying off. It seems to be doing well. So yeah, I mean, look, coming to season vet, Joe. 3 times a week, come and see me.
Well, I wanted to get into that actually. We might start there just as a nice ease it into. I've noticed a lot more people now are doing the Twitch and YouTube streaming, because Twitch, I don't know if you guys noticed a few years ago, it kind of was going down. People were jumping off Twitch. Everyone was jumping back on YouTube. YouTube was becoming the primary streaming place, which I guess it's still always going to be. But people are sort of coming back to Twitch. Yeah? Why are people going back to Twitch? Why is Twitch popping off all of a sudden?
Because Harry made it popular again. That's why. Yeah, Harry started streaming on both, and then the next minute, every man and his dog's coming in again. That's why.
What's the benefit to Twitch, right? So all of us live stream, like,
yeah.
Do you, Dean, do you live stream your podcast, or do you just?
We don't.
We pre-record.
We don't.
Okay.
It's all pre-recorded and post-production at the moment. We want to do some live stream stuff, but again, that's just another can of worms I'm not ready to open. Yeah,
because live streaming, I still find it's better on YouTube. I feel like the community is bigger and better there. Why would you go to Twitch, Harry? Like, if you're going to tell someone, come watch me live, would you rather them watch you live on YouTube? Would you rather them watch you on Twitch? What's the benefit?
Well, I think the thing is that it's one thing that I've been watching is you look at the likes of Tim the Tap Man, you watch Ninja, you watch the big guys, right? And like, other than controversy, there's the sort of thing where, you've got some shit going on with Dr. Disrespect and some of the people like that, right? But it's about more eyes. So one of the things that I've learned in my journey is that, some of you guys like to frequent Instagram. Some of you guys like to use other social media platforms. And for someone who does what I do, I mean, Twitch is the most thing that makes sense, right? It's a gaming platform for gamers. And some of the things that are on there are really good. Like, they got some really good mechanisms. And I figured, you know what, like, dual streaming stuff, man, like, if you've got the ability to do that, then why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you want to cross so many platforms, so many eyes as you possibly can, and build an audience in 2 different, social media platforms? But whilst you're doing the one thing, Like, I don't have to sit here and go, I'm going over to Instagram to do this, and then I'm going over here to do this. I'm going over here to do it. I sit, I do one thing, and it sends it out to multi-platforms if I want it to. So I can even take up TikTok. I can take up, what's the other one? Shit, I can't remember. But there are other ones that I can actually, I can stream live to Facebook, stream live to Instagram if I wanted to integrate the whole thing, which may be coming, by the way.
Oh, this guy.
But,
This guy.
do you know what I'm saying? I'm going to be everywhere, bro. Everywhere. Like, you can't stop.
Are you talking about Kick, Harry Snorlax? Is that the other one? Kick?
Yeah, man. And Harry's fine, thank you, hobby podcasting. But no, like taking the piss. But yeah, well, it's one of those things, man. Like, Kick is another thing, but I think I don't really know much about the Australian side of Kick yet, so I want to see what that sort of looks like. But
Kick still seems pretty new, yeah.
Yeah, it does, but it's pretty big in America. They've just stopped. To get a lot of guys and girls to come across, they were doing like contracts for people, and now they've just put a stop on like multi-million-dollar contracts for like bigger streamers to draw people over to the platform. Like when Ninja got his on Twitch and shit like that. So they're now doing it on like a different basis.
Yeah, that's like
To answer Joel, killing the game, doing everything. Just doing it.
Have you looked into Twitch yet, Gaz, or you're just happy with YouTube?
Yep. So before I started PokeGaz, I actually like streamed 7 or 8 times playing Warzone on Twitch.
Okay, yeah.
But it takes a lot of effort to not Twitch. Anyway, my brain just stopped. I think I just had a stroke.
Happens at our age, guys. Don't worry about it.
It does. Look how white that is. It's I don't diet to look good.
Yeah.
But I find you got to work really hard to push your content out on that. And I was like, well, we're going to do the Pokemon. I'll do that. But for the gaming side of it, I have thought about it, but I also don't have great internet. So my upload would be completely maxing out like the kilobytes for YouTube and Twitch, and it would be like I'm pushing the envelope on it. So I'm like, if it starts to drop a little bit, the streams will pay for that. So until I can get better internet, I probably can't dual stream.
Just stick to the YouTube.
Yeah.
So when are you going to go live, Dean? When's the idea, or you just
the podcast?
Yeah.
I don't know. We keep mentioning it in episodes and like flirting with the idea. But we use a software called Riverside. I don't know if you've heard of it.
No.
And it can do it. Like, it uses a lot of AI stuff to get stuff done, which is handy. But I just haven't tried. And then I got to get. Then I'm gonna have Kenzie over here like in the evening. I'm not really keen on that. We usually shoot a lot of stuff in the morning, so I can have him out by like lunchtime and just get on with my life. So if I have to live stream and have him here at night, I don't know how we'll go, but we'll see. I mean, I don't even know what we do. We talked about just doing what we normally do, and then just doing it live. Because realistically, our editor cuts out very, very little. Like we're pretty smooth when we record it. So we could, just do it live, which is what we talked about, which is what it would look like if we did do it.
Yeah, mad. Yeah, I think the live thing.
Let me just get people's opinions, like as it happens.
Yeah,
like, with what we're talking about. Because we have like a phone line for people to call in. That we get them to call up and like,
phone line. That's a great idea. I'm stealing that.
Query
idea.
Things. Query things.
We're gonna get that number, Dan.
Yeah,
it's actually a really good app. I can tell you boys about it after. It's a piece of cake. It takes like 2 minutes to set up. It's very easy to use.
Fucking A.
But yeah, so instead of having people call up, I guess they could just ask us like on the spot. Just hit us with, that's a good take. That's a shit take. I disagree. Lugia sucks. Rayquaza is better. All that sort of jazz.
Rayquaza is better, just for the record.
He is better.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
That.
All right. Sweet. All right.
Good. See, that's what we should. Then maybe I'm gonna do it live then, because that would be.
Attaboy.
Do it.
Kenzie's got no chance.
Do it, even if you just do it once, man.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't have to be all the time, but you could do like once a month or once every 2 months, just do one live one or something. Like, it'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. We need to. We want to. We need to. I don't know when we will. Ask me in 12 months.
You're probably doing enough lives now. You're on Whatnot like 11 times a week, so you're already lived out, eh? You probably don't get
that drains the social battery, man. Like I've been pushing it really, really hard since we took it on. And
let's get into the Whatnot thing now. Let's just do it. We'll segue into the Whatnot.
Hold on,
thing
can
now.
I ask a question first before we move into that?
Yeah.
So is it just you that goes live, Dean, or do you guys share the load on that?
On Whatnot, out of those 11 streams, there is 3 of them that I don't do.
Okay. Yeah, right.
So Semi sort of share the load, but then I do all the admin and the postage and everything on the back end as well. Because obviously our business was already flourishing before I brought Whatnot in. So I've kind of put that on my shoulders and said, all right, well, I'm going to go hard with this and, see how much more we can do. And it's been a behemoth for us. No word of a lie, right? It's good for our business. We've got a lot of stock, a lot of inventory, and a lot of buying power. So it's easy for us to get product in and get it out, and Whatnot makes that almost instant because it's, a live auction in 5, 10, 20 seconds, however long I want it to be.
So you're not doing the dirty scalper thing, right? So that's been my argument with the Whatnot thing, is that obviously the pros are, if you own a shop, for example, and anyone knows who's owned a store, you do get a lot of inventory. You can get stuff sitting around for longer than you want. And the name of the game of having a shop is to make money, right? Like that's just, money in and then money out. It's, sorry, I just got a message from my housemate saying that you're quieter than everyone else for some reason. Are you? I don't think you were.
Is Johnny quieter than everyone else, gang? Or is it just his roommate
No, Dean.
needs his ears played out or what?
Dean was, Dean quieter. I don't know, maybe he's just talking. Anyway, whatever. I forgot my point now. What was I saying?
Whatnot, scalpers.
Whatnot, scalpers, owning a store, money in, money out. Yeah. I forgot my question. Fuck!
Thanks, roommate. Cheers for disrupting the potty room, mate. Whatever.
No, but how much is now, do you put in, like you said, Whatnot's now becoming a big part of the business, right?
Yeah, I mean, look, and people have this opinion of Whatnot because there are all these, videos of scammers and shit over in the US. And the way I got to put it to people is if you run Whatnot or if you own that business and you're bringing in new sellers to the platform, how do you expect to vet somebody you don't know and make sure they do the right thing without your business crumbling? You can't, right? So you have to give everybody, you got the one life rule. You let everybody get on there, and then if they decide to scam and fuck up, Whatnot will ban them, and then they're gone. Yeah. And yes, it's easy for people to get on there and apply and sell, but if you're buying from some guy that's never streamed before and he's got a flash fire booster pack and he sells you for $20 and you think you've just got the deal of the century, the joke's on you. Obviously they're scamming. That's just you gotta buy from trusted sellers. And one thing I'm really big on there is we run pretty much everything at $1 start for auctions.
Yeah, pretty much everything.
You know what I mean? So it's either at market, RRP market price, or I just start at $1. So, the onus isn't on me what it sells for because people are bidding. Yeah. I'm not doing anything.
Do you have a big viewership on that, Dane? I guess the question I have is with $1 bidding auction, do a lot of people get into bidding wars backwards and forwards? Do you have 20, 30, 40, 60, 80 people? What's the deal?
Our streams would average between 60 to 160 viewers, every time.
Healthy.
So it just depends kind of what we're doing, right? So through the day streams, it's a lot quieter. It's somewhere in that 40 to 60 range on average. And I'm running most of the time just $1 singles and just one after the other. Here's the condition, there it goes. Here's the condition, there it goes. And you just start them all at $1.
And most of them, are they all buy? There's obviously sorry, I got questions.
Yeah, hit me.
With YouTube, right? There's a lot of YouTube space is a lot of people want to watch content, right? Yeah. So they watch content, they stumble into live channels, people opening either Pokemon cards or selling Pokemon cards, whatever, right? But obviously Whatnot seems to be a place of just buy or sell or whatever. So there's no real, let's say, content as far as long form, there's the personality, I suppose, that what YouTube can provide. Is there personality section on Whatnot, or is it strictly just this is the mechanism, this is what we're doing, that's it? Whereas I feel on YouTube, it's very different. There's only 20 people, but maybe out of those 20 people, 6 might only be buyers.
Yeah. No, it's definitely it depends on the show. it really depends on the show, right? So like those day shows, there's always a bit of content in there, but you know, I'll do shows where it's just literally like cracking packs. So it's really no different to, you know, a lot of the Pokemon YouTube content that's out there, except, you know, people are just taking it in turns of either buying them in the buy it now or winning an auction and opening it live then and there as well. We've done a number of like higher end box breaks. Like I did a black and white Plasma Blast box break a couple of weeks ago. It's like a, you know, $9,000 box. I did Primal Clash and Ancient, Fates Collide on Sunday night, like 2 XY box breaks at the same time. So it just depends on what is happening to sort of, you know, lean into the content side of it that you're talking about, Harry, or, you know, whether it's more of a transactional type stream where it's just like single, which is what some people want, you know, like that's why we do 11 different shows, right? One of those shows is anything but Pokemon. It's just like One Piece packs and Sorcery and all these other games. One of them is strictly just Japanese. Then a couple of them are those daytime shows where it's just singles. And then my Thursday nights and Sunday nights, they're like the earmark shows. They're the big ones. Usually on Thursday nights, it's like higher end singles and higher end packs. And then Sundays is slabs and packs and a box break or something. So, you know, people are aware of what we do, and you put those shows up, you've got your thumbnail and your title, and people can bookmark whichever ones they want to come into.
But it seems like you guys have a relatively well-established business model for what it is that you're trying to do. And I think that that's where the disparity comes along, where you get a lot of people that are just absolute fucking scumbags that go onto these platforms and try and, you know, take every dollar, every cent, every whatever they can out of another individual. Whereas, like, I think if you've got a substantiated business behind you, you can really perform well in that forum, right?
Well, yeah, and also just not be a fuckwit, right? Like, you know, I know of people that have already done that in Australia. Like, people have reached out to us because we were one of their beta testers. We were like the 3rd or 4th business that had signed up to Whatnot when it was not actually just available. They were approaching people. And people sort of watch and they're like, oh, you know, that looks, you guys must be killing it, making so much money. It looks so easy, blah, blah, blah. So then when they could finally apply, they go on there and realize it ain't easy. It's a grind, right? Like, I've put months and weeks, hours into this. Like, I'm doing like 65 to 70 hour weeks currently, like with what we've been doing on Whatnot. And they just think it's easy. They get on there, they realize it isn't. And then I heard of some guy that sold a bunch of stuff and then just never shipped it. So Whatnot will ban him. He initially would have got money. He might not have, because usually when you first join, it takes like 7 days. I'm at a point where I get paid out instantly. But when you're new, it takes 7 days. So, you know, they might have gone, well, none of my stuff sold for what I wanted it to. They'll just cancel all the orders, delete the app, and then Whatnot will ban them. And then you got people going, oh, I got scammed. But eventually they'll get a refund, you know, from Whatnot. But nobody ever talks about that, right? They just talk about what happens in the heat of the moment.
Yeah. I guess, like, when Whatnot's like intention was, you know, not to be this problem, right? I think like Whatnot, especially coming to Australia when it did simultaneously at the same time that Pokemon was having issues with getting product. I think we kind of like, even I like to say it too, right? But like, I think it was just bad timing on Whatnot's behalf. It comes to Australia, then I still do think it does create this reason to go out and buy stock as a scalper, as a business. Like you say, it makes sense. You've got stock anyway. You're always going to have stock. You've always got something to sell. That's the name of the game. But with it being such an easy program to sell, like, do you think it does encourage people to go, oh, well, sweet, I'm going to go to Kmart and clean out the ETBs?
That's what I mean.
Or is that just a byproduct of it? Like, do you think that's...
I can honestly, like, basically sort of leaning into what I just said, right?
Yeah.
Like, people will see the success we have, and it would encourage them to go, all right, well, I can go grab all these ETBs for $99, break them down into packs and go sell them and make like $100 per ETB. But the reality is if you got no name, no brand, no sort of like ethics or anything behind you, you're going to jump onto the app, you're going to go live, and there's going to be 3 people in there, and you're going to be like, what the hell?
I have
like, where's
firsthand seen that problem happen. Yeah, I have seen that problem happen where people, like you say, with the $1 sales, they'll do the $1 sales and they'll put like a $10 card up, but they've got no one there. So they end up selling these $10 cards for like $3-4, you know, and you end up losing a bunch of your inventory for way cheaper. And especially if you've only got like a few people in there bidding, and, you know, and people are smart as well. They'll sit there and go, oh, it's only me and this other dude buying. when it gets to $4 or $5, I'll just stop and let the other guy have, you know. So
yeah.
But that's
just because people don't know their models, Joel. People don't know their models, man, in how to fucking do business, and it's like
they just see money.
Yeah, like Dane just said, like people just see dollar signs and go, "Oh yeah, that looks easy," and it's like, well, you know, there's plenty of fuckwits from YouTube that have gone across to Whatnot and tried to do the same thing. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things where it's like, well, you know, you get what you get, man. Like, and they don't last long. They don't last. No, the Whatnots don't last long because then they get fees and shit like that, right? That they got to pay.
Oh yeah.
Do they get the first month free, Dean? Is that what it is?
Yeah, you get the first 30 days commission free, and I've seen a ton of people come on, utilize that, and then just bail because it is hard. And like you said, then Harry, like people look at it and go, "Oh, it looks easy," and that's just the how do I say it without saying it?
Do it, Dean. Fucking do it. I'll back you. Come on, let's go.
No, it's just like it's just not. It's not easy. Right, it's not easy. Like I said, I'm doing 65 to 70 hours a week, you know, running a card shop and a streaming platform. Like, that's not easy. That's not easy money. Like, it is hard work to be able to do what we do. You know, and yeah. So, you know, Whatnot has its place. I think everybody that's like scared of the app or thinks it's like, you know, just the demon's throne. Obviously, he hasn't been in a good stream, so get on there, jump into a Lunar Card stream, and you'll see that.
Look at him
selling himself. Great. You can pick up stuff. You can pick up stuff dirt cheap, bro.
I love that. Well done. I like the circle. He's done this before, Chad.
He's played.
He's so good at it. Listen to him. Hey? Circle back on himself and everything. Fantastic.
I've never once been on the app.
Would you consider using it, Gaz? Because you've done rip and ships and box breaks before. For example, like you've done like the XY. Well, you did the 3 box, the XY, and like obviously
that's the only box break I've ever done. But so I wouldn't do it on Whatnot. Like I plan on doing another one soon, but it'll just be done through YouTube again. Like pre-sell the packs. People trust me to send me money. They do. If they don't trust me, don't send me money. Like, because like I don't have a store or anything, so it's like straight pay ID. Like,
yeah.
But yeah, the last one sold out in 48 hours. Guys. So yeah,
makes sense, man. Before I bought into Lunar Cards, I used to stream on Twitch, and me and Kernsey would do the same thing. We had our own business back then, and it was an honor system, right? You basically have people DM you and pay ID you or PayPal you money, and we would just rip on there, and it was fine because it was, you know, it was small scale. What I'm doing now is massive scale, and I need the back end admin, and the what the platform gives you behind the scenes is actually phenomenal. Like that's what it is. I had Logan, the co-founder, on our podcast, and we talked about how it all started and how it created. Like, he's a coder, so you know what the app initially was built for wasn't necessarily live streaming. That's just sort of where it ended up. That was the niche that they found nobody else was doing, and that's what made it $1 billion business. The back end is so nice to use because it's built by coders. He's a coding engineer.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine like doing what you're doing on YouTube. It would be a freaking nightmare to try and work out. Like,
well, you couldn't, Gaz.
How long before YouTube does it? YouTube seems to do everything else better than everyone else. They do TikTok better than TikTok. We're still waiting on eBay Live, Jolly. We've been past eBay Live for like 2 years, bro, and it's not even here. Yeah, well, apparently they had problems with it in the US. I don't know. They had a lot of.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, they had a lot of problems. They've not really made a big deal out of it because they haven't really got it working, from what I've read. So, same thing. Like, eBay should have invented Whatnot first. To be fair, you know, like
I've told them that.
Yeah,
like, how did you miss?
eBay fucked that up.
And your 7-day auction into a 30-second live auction with a camera. How did you not think of that? They're like, who that marketing meeting said that's a bad idea? Like, you should be fired because how did you miss that?
Because they had the game stitched up, man. They just thought that they were on top of the world and nobody could touch them, and now
didn't evolve. It's probably like a realm they didn't think about because like Whatnot kind of does delve more onto the YouTube streaming side. As an eBay is just like, we just want to sell shit. We don't have to work. We don't want live streamers. And then when they see something like a Whatnot come along and do it, they're probably like, oh fuck, that's basically what we had, but just it does work. It is fine, you know.
Yeah. We utilize both. We utilize eBay and Whatnot as well because there is definitely items within our business or in our industry that don't belong on Whatnot. And
Well, you don't want to put like a $2,000-$3,000 card on Whatnot on like and gamble it on people trying to bid for it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I mean, I've sold $2,000-$3,000 cards on Whatnot, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't sitting there sweating bullets.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. Like,
right? But on eBay, we have a much larger.
But like, you couldn't sell like.
Reach.
I doubt you could sit there in a stream and sell like $2,000 cards. You know what I mean? Like, you'd probably like get a few, and then once people's money runs out, whether it's on the internet on eBay, it's like the whole world's bidding for it, and it's like.
Yeah, and there's more time on eBay, whereas Whatnot, it's who's in that room then and there.
Yeah.
eBay, you do have more time. So that's why we utilize both businesses. But I do see a lot of people shitting on Whatnot here, and I'm like, I completely empathize with it, but knowing how fucking hard I work to make ours as clean and as smooth and as transparent as it is, I wish people would just go, all right, well, if we're going to go on there and have a look or give it a chance, we'll jump into Dean's stream and just scope it out. And then if that's okay, I'll just stop shitting on it because I want more buyers in there, guys.
I think the problem that you've got is with Whatnot, and that's the thing. It's like being in the Pokemon community, being on YouTube, right? And I'll just tie this in with this is just my perspective here, boys. Chime in. But when you look at the likes of, do you follow much of the YouTube community, Dean? Like as far as like the Pokemon forever building community that's out there, like all the people that make content and shit. Do you follow that at all?
I do, brother. I do.
Okay. So like when you look around, right, and you've got the likes of like the Chloe, Pokevault, let's say hierarchy of people, right? So like those kind of people have built a name for themselves just on YouTube and also do Whatnot and do other things and vice versa, to the point where they've bought a physical card store and they do what they do, right? It's great, like, and Vault's reputation, Revs, Ryans, all these guys, like they've got like decent reputation at their level. But it's one of those things, when you start to come down from that, there's a big gap, right? And you start to look at like, and this isn't no shade at anyone, right? But there's a lot of drama merchants, right? And especially when things pop off, it's like, the prices for this are going through the roof, and then someone else will report it. And I'm going to throw names out because I'm not shy on that. But like, and it's not a problem that they do it. It's just that that's what they do, right? You've got like Rock Sandy will do it. You've got Opossum Bud will do it. You've got fucking what's that guy's name? Vert, Shiny Vert. He'll do it. There's like other people that do it, right? And so it creates this like negative aspect around it. And then when they all start reporting on it, right? You can understand why a community of people will turn its back on a certain aspect of, let's say, Whatnot, right? And they'll go, Whatnot's a fucking this and it's that and it's this. But that's because they're consumed by the content that they see, right? And that's all that's being reported on. So I think the biggest thing is that the hardest part for someone like in your position is to break through into that demographic to go, hey, look, guys, we are reputable, we are this, we are that, blah, 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 blah. Come and see us. Whereas the community over on YouTube is like, nah, fuck Whatnot. It's this, it's that. There's dickheads, and this guy stole a Moonbryon. But at the end of the day, the bottom line is that I suppose that's what makes your job, right? It's up to you to try and get these people to come over to say, hey, look, this is what we do. This is how we do it. And I suppose it can help change people's minds if they find someone who is reputable and trustworthy on how they deliver cards. And sometimes my advice, my advice is if you are going to go into Whatnot, right, and you have been into YouTube live streams, this and that, the next thing, start small, right? Protect yourself. Just pick up something small. That doesn't matter anywhere you go. Even on YouTube, if you find another person that's selling shit, start small, buy one pack, get it delivered, see what it's like. Do you know what I mean? Because if you lose communication through that process with the individual, and we've all been there, right? I've had my own share of it too, right? I used to buy shit on the internet all the time. But at the end of the day, it's all about understanding the person that you're trading business with and their model on how they're getting what you're buying from them to you. So I think at the end of the day, you just got to start small. And I don't think that Whatnot is a cesspool. I think that there's people on Whatnot that are cesspools. That's my thing.
I think the other problem is, and I think this is what I was saying before, how the timing was just bad, because it kind of goes hand in hand that, like, people can't get product on the shelves right now, right? That's just still a fact, right? We can't. Like, you can't go to Kmart like you could a year ago and just casually waltz in and come out with 4 different sets, yeah? Like, well, how long's it been now? It's been probably nearly a year, closer to a year. It was about Twilight Masquerade when stuff was getting hard to find, yeah?
Got real hard with Prismatic. Like, that was the first.
Well, Surging was hard to get too, wasn't it?
Surging was hard. Actually, yeah, sorry. Maybe Stellar Crown?
Yeah. Yeah. So
Stellar Crown was like, you could get it. And then Surging Sparks was if you didn't get it on release day, you didn't get any.
You didn't get it, right? And then I remember...
The Greninja, it was the Greninja that fucked up the game. The Greninja was the first card in Scarlet and Violet that ended up going to $500.
Yeah,
and as soon as that happened and they heard there was a Pikachu set coming, people lost their fucking minds. They really did. Like,
It could have been timing, like, and that's what I'm saying. I think so now when you look at the shelves and you can't get product, you go, I think the default setting in our brains now is, oh, fucking it's the scalpers, like... And I mean, it doesn't look good when you're like, I think I've got this one, you know, there's like people, you know, standing there like emptying shelves. This is like one example in America. You know, everyone's seen this video.
You could have blurred my face, man. Like,
I was going to say, that
could have blurred me out, bro. Fucking
But like, we've seen a million of these videos, yeah. We've seen the scalpers, like, oh, they're not scalping videos. Damn it, it was supposed to be all scalping videos anyway. But yeah, you know, I mean, like, we've seen the videos, yeah. There's a bunch of scalpers and people are emptying shelves and like, we don't like it. But as far as I know, everyone's been doing that for years anyway. The difference is you still could just go to the next store and just pick up what you wanted. So are we just pissed off that we can't get what we want? Is it Pokemon aren't printing enough? Like, is that just what it is now? Maybe let's just for argument's sake say that it is Whatnot's fault. Let's just say for argument's sake, everyone's a scalper, everyone's holding stock, everyone's like only putting it on Whatnot, blah, 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 right? Should the business model be just for Pokemon going forward, just like Whatnot's going nowhere, Pokemon YouTube's not going anywhere, should Pokemon just be printing more? Should they just be ramping the fuck out of it?
Aren't they trying to do that? Like,
are they, but? Are they? They keep saying they are.
I don't think they are.
The only way they could do it right is go, all right, we're going to do one print run of every set. We're going to print 3 times as much of that initial print run, and we're going to do it once, because then they've got to worry about the next one, and then the next one, and then the next one.
Their problem is they have their problem is they constantly have a new set every month or two, right? Like that's their problem, right?
They reprint the
They
parts
do
as
reprints.
Well, right? So
yeah.
They've already said they've got multiple factories that run 24/7. Like when they put out that thing for Prismatic, I was like, well, that's bullshit, because you're already basically printing at capacity.
Yeah.
Like it's a pipe dream to tell people that, oh, we're going to turn it up to maximum capacity. Like, yeah, you're already there, mate. You're already there.
But look what's happened. Look what's happened, gang. Like be real. Like, look what's happened, right? We've had now Chinese come out, right?
Yeah.
We've got Chinese cards come out. We've got fucking Thailand. We've got Japanese.
Korea.
We've got Spanish, English, Korean. You got all these things, right? So no matter how many fucking places they buy, like they're at capacity. But we just can't get English. That's the thing, right? Because they're printing out fucking all this other shit for all these other countries, which is fine. But the thing is, too, don't forget, right? These guys aren't stupid. And the likes of Pokemon Pocket, man, I think everyone's overlooking that. Like, I think at the end of the day, the way that they're trying to push the market is why would I allow people to fight over shit that... Or what I can do is get them to spend their money as a microtransaction in a fucking app where, guess what? You get the same thing of opening up a pack, right? You get to keep it on your account and you own the card, but it's just all bullshit. But I think eventually what's going to happen is, man, cards will be a thing of the past, and they'll just turn around and move them into Pokemon Pocket, and then they'll be able to trade cards from that. Once trading comes into that, like, 100% proper, which I believe it is at the minute. But I think once they iron that out, I think they made also like their record profit for the first month of the release of Pokemon Pocket worldwide. Like ridiculous money.
Yeah.
So why would you waste your time?
Are you saying that they'll one day not print cards at all?
I reckon we're going to move into that digitalized format.
I reckon.
Well, it'll become an elitist sport. Look at other sporting cards. Let me say this, right? Basketball cards.
They're still making baseball cards.
But hear me out. Hear me out, right? The thing is that baseball cards, you can go and buy run-of-the-mill baseball cards from the shop, right? And the biggest card that you're going to pull in there is worth like $100, right? If you want to buy the prime version of that, right? Baseball cards and all that shit are tiered. So tiered cards, when you buy a $1,500 box, the box is $1,500, right? You get like 4 cards in a pack. You might get 4 packs in that box. So they're tiering this shit through sports cards. Pokemon aren't going to be that far away to the point where then you can buy, we're seeing it now, right? The super ultra premium duper uber collection. What the fuck for? It's the same packs that are in here. But what they will do eventually is they'll get to a point where they'll go, we're going to release the ultra golden circle jerk off fucking super duper set of Pokemon where you can buy 4 cards in a pack and it's for the elitist of collectors. And that's what they've done. They've segregated fucking baseball cards, NFL cards, to the point now where UFC is starting to follow the same trend, where you can buy a pack of UFC cards for like $3,500 that come out released this year. There is no Pokemon set that's out there where you buy a pack today of a set that's just come out for $3,500.
They do bring out like
it'll move to a tiered system.
They do like expensive collection boxes, but like the reason I kind of would disagree with that is because I feel like their business model of Pokemon Pocket is gonna like boom, because I feel like it's been successful. It's proving it's successful. People actually like it. People enjoy sharing it on their stories just as much. But what happens is, like, it's the same as when Pokemon Go came out. What happened? There was another Pokemon boom in cards. Everyone fucking went running to cards. Like, I think the cards are still, while we're all still stupid adults, because, like, who's buying Pokemon cards? It's fucking adults, yeah? I think more adults are still balls deep in cards than they're ever going to be addicted to an app. I think the app will also boom. I think it will increase the popularity, but I think cards aren't going anywhere. I think cards are like...
I think they
but
will,
I
honestly don't.
I like the idea... No, but I actually do like what you're saying about how with sports cards, for example, you do have tiers. You know, you can get your $50, blaster box, but then you can get like the $250 hobby box, and then you can get the $500 box with like one pack in it.
My point is... Yeah, but my point with that is, and you're right.
That tiers the...
No, but like,
the rarity,
it's different, right? You've got like, say, for example, base set Don Russ, right?
Yeah.
Don Russ base set.
Yeah.
But then you've got like Don Russ Prism.
Yeah.
And then you've got fucking this one, and then you've got this one. So the thing is...
I'm agreeing
like,
with you, by the way.
I understand. But like, Pokemon have just got one set. And it's like... Yeah. Eventually, it'll move into that market, man, where it's like only the elitists.
I think they dabble in that.
Able to collect new sets.
They dabble in that. They had the Journey Together boxes, and they had one that had the promo card and one that didn't. Like they do, and then they had that Japanese, the big black. What was it called? The big Japanese
classic collection.
Yeah, right. And that was like $500-$600, and obviously on sale you can get
$800.
Well, it was at one point. I think it's like 400 after that. But like, you know what I mean? Like they do. Pokemon will still go, there's definitely some elite collecting here to be done as a collector. Like, they still do that. But I do like the idea of going, hey, here's your Scarlet and Violet box, and then here's your something other box, which they kind of do that, though. They do that with, like, collection boxes where they have, like, the promos in it that you can only get it from that one collection box. They kind of do that.
They kind of do.
They kind of do that.
Booster boxes have a certain amount of hits, right? ETBs don't. So, you know, an ETB is meant to be a third of the price of a booster box. I was talking to somebody about Destined Rivals today, right? They come and they go, man, the pull rates are so tough. I'm like, what have you opened? They're like, about 27 loose packs. I'm like, did you open a booster box? Because I opened 15 booster boxes on stream. We pulled 11 SIRs. That means 1 in every 1.5 boxes has a hit in it. So, you know, you can get that from a booster box. And I also don't really like the comparison of a trading card game and a sports card. Because they are two totally different things.
That's what I was about to say as well. Because like Pokemon is a playable game, and it's always going to be that way.
It's Magic the Gathering. It's also a media franchise, not a player that is relevant for the span of 4 to 6 years if they don't become a Hall of Famer or a legend. Two very different things.
Okay, so what about when we talk Magic of the Gathering? Is that not a playing trading card game?
It is. It's the biggest and longest serving one on the planet, and they still make.
And they've just done a Final Fantasy variant of that.
Yeah.
Which is
that's huge as well. That's massive as well. That Final Fantasy.
Yeah, that's sold out instantly.
Places are selling. Yeah.
So they do stuff where they taper off away from their normal let's say, Magic the Gathering world, right, where they turn into and they go into other avenues.
Yeah, they don't go full Dungeons Dragons nerd. Sometimes they'll go Marvel. They'll do Lord of the Rings. They do, you know,
right.
They definitely do dabble.
But still,
at heart though, it's still a playable game.
Yeah,
like that game is
the normal universe.
Yeah, and like it's still like that. Magic is a much more played game, in my opinion, than Pokemon. Pokemon has a lot more collectors, as we're like the valuable cards in Magic aren't necessarily the cool looking ones. It's the highly playable cards, which you see a little bit in Pokemon, but most of the time it's like, oh, Umbreon. I have no idea. I've never played the game myself, but like probably does nothing in the TCG game. But everyone's just hooked on Umbreon at the moment, so that's the valuable card.
Yeah. Yeah,
But,
I couldn't
like-
tell you if it was any good in the game. It's a sick
Definitely not. People want a Grimmsnarl right now. Grimmsnarl EX from Team Rocket, right? That's what the players want.
The game
It's
is a
like
different
$50.
world, though.
I've got a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Oh, Kaz, you are printing, mate. You are printing money.
The game is a different world,
Buddy
yeah.
Boffin.
Because you see this all the time where some weird random card, like, what was it, the Bunny Buffins, the Bonbons?
Buddy
Buddy
Boffin,
Boffin.
yeah.
Right,
$5,
and then they
man.
were sick at one point, yeah, and then, right, but that's what I mean, like, the game's a whole nother level, and that's why I think the cards are gonna, I think sometimes like, people who don't play the game, who just collect and do all the bullshit, yeah, like, we forget that that's still exactly what it is, like,
Yeah,
it is a game. It's like,
very different to like
it's
the
just a-
sports cards.
right, like,
it's-
sports cards,
Yeah.
want, yeah.
yeah.
And the reason I collect UFC cards, I collect them for a completely different reason even still that I collect Pokemon. Oh, what have you done?
No, everybody,
you're-
I saw that.
All good.
I saw it, but everybody's still there.
Everyone's there. We're all good. We're all good.
I touched nothing.
But
Starling dropped out.
Hey,
but yeah, no, I don't think cards are going anywhere. I think it's.
Yeah, I
I
don't
think
think
it's.
so
I think.
I
that-
do, man.
I think that.
Coming up.
I'll die on this hill. I'll die on this hill.
10 years from now, Harry's going to be called. I fucking told you.
Yeah. You know what?
Harry,
I'll tell you what.
dismissing you
And this
at
is
all.
this is what'll happen at Luna Cards in 10 years' time. You'll be selling those. They'll be selling those, like, you know, when you go to EB Games and you have all like, you know, they've got the card like hanging, but it's just a code. That'll be your packs of cards, yeah. So you have to go to EB Games, prepaid, your $6 for a pack of cards that you scan with your phone. That's your cards on your my pocket.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you what, Pokemon, if they ever come out with that, I'm claiming that. I will sue the fuck out of them.
They do that in Japan anyway.
Oh, they do it in Japan?
Little
So I'm just
ticket.
ripping off
You
someone
gotta take
else's
the ticket
idea?
up to actually get the packs, but I mean, it's
Well,
like
there you go.
you know, it's the same argument in. You could argue, you know, gold and Bitcoin, right? Like, is gold going to become a useless sort of commodity because it's man-made, or like, you know,
Seems
it exists,
useless now.
it's physical?
Well,
know what I
I think,
mean?
I
Like,
think I get it. I think the thing is, though, for, like, again, yeah, like, that's a harder argument. I think, like, gold has been the trading commodity since the dawn of time, whereas Bitcoin is something that doesn't even exist. It's not
And
physical.
Pokemon,
But we use
cards
Pokemon
have
as trading.
existed,
Yeah, we
like,
use.
since the
Yeah.
dawn of its sort of inception as well.
I guess, but the problem is that it's become monetized so heavily that with a company that already makes money from it, at what point do they turn around and go, our product is just going ape shit on the secondary market? How do we control the secondary market? So the only way to control it is just to strangle it.
Do they want to control it?
cycles, though.
Does
It's
Pokemon want to
cycles. Like,
control it?
I don't.
Every
think
4
they
years
should.
we go through this, right? Like, go back to 2020 and the same
Yeah.
shit happened exactly in 2020. Joel, you said before at the start, right? You're like, you know, like Twilight Masquerade, you could walk into a Kmart and buy 4 different sets.
Yeah.
I'd love people to put their fucking hand up. How many people walked back in there then and actually bought 4 different sets? Because at the time, that wasn't what people wanted. I have a shop where we had to sell booster boxes at like 180 to 190 bucks, right? And the wholesale is like, you know, 20 or less than 20% than that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
but
then
that problem...
you've got taxes, overheads, and all that sort of stuff. So I remember what the grind was like before the boom came. So this is, you know, they're definitely cycles, right? This will fizzle out, and we'll go back to another 3 years where I'll have to, you know, push boxes out at a certain price to be able to keep them going. Because otherwise, when the next boom comes, if I'm not buying the same amount that I am now, my distributor's not going to give me what I had.
Just
And
hit
then
me
you'll
up,
be
bro. I'll
knocking
buy
on
them.
the door.
Yeah.
The only
buy
problem
boxes.
there, the only problem there, Dane, is like you've got to look back at the Pokemon company and blame them on that one. because like look at the rate that they
all to
release
blame.
shit.
I will
No, but
100%
look at the
agree
rate.
with you.
Look at the rate that they release shit, right? So the thing is like you're saying, like there's still stuff on the shelf, and it's like because every fucking before the sets even come out, you're seeing the artwork and everything for the next set, and then you're hearing and seeing leaks for the set fucking beyond that one. So it's like you're going, how the fuck do you keep up when it's like, oh, there's a collection box of this one now, and then there's this one, and then it's like, the product's sitting on the shelf in the time when there's no boom, because every man and his dog is trying to keep up with what the fuck is going on. So like you got to blame Pokemon for that one, but the thing
they're to blame for everything, Harry.
Yeah.
It definitely starts at the top, 100%.
Absolutely.
Like, they are to blame for everything. And I think the easiest way to curve that is fucking release all the languages at the same time. If you did Japan and English at the same time, then we wouldn't feel so like we're drowning in releases and products, because the English stuff comes out. Like Destined Rivals came out, then Black Bolt released a week later in Japan.
Yeah.
Right. And then we've got to wait a month, and then we'll get Black Bolt and they'll get the next mega set or whatever the hell's going on like a week after that. So that's why we feel like we're drowning. If they just released everything at the same time, it would feel better in that sense. But
100%.
again, they are still, they're a $1 billion business, right? So they know that
they're a bunch of motherfuckers, Dane. Let's just call them out. Pokemon, fuck you.
Is it?
Yeah, get your shit together.
Well, that's what I was saying. Like, I feels like with the climate, like if your company is as popular as it is, and if you're seeing people, the thing is, people are buying ETBs for $200. Like when Prismatic came out, people were buying it for $200, like $250. Like they were. I feel like it's slowed down now. I feel like, because obviously Destined Rivals. Yeah, because there does come a point where even, let's just say for argument's sake, Prismatic comes out, all the sneaker bros come out of the woodwork, and everyone all of a sudden is like low-key Discord. We're all fucking, selling, Prismatic for $250 a box and balling. Like, a lot of these people are going to be sitting on stock once they realize, oh shit, like when you just get into Pokemon, you don't realize there's a set every fucking month. Like, you're like, what? Like, and you do probably end up with inventory. Now it's hot, I guess. Well, another thing too is, stores aren't getting as much either, right? I think the big stores are. Little stores aren't getting as much as what they were a year ago. So
more mouths to feed. Like, a big conglomerate like Target, right? They will be throwing the wallet at Pokemon right now because they know they can sell it. As soon as they buy like a big product or something like that, and they can't sell it immediately, and they look at their numbers, it gets canned.
Yeah,
they're like, all right, we're not going to buy those anymore. I've got a mate that's really high up and in stock management at JB Hi-Fi.
Oh, so you're getting from the backdoor stuff, eh? Joking.
I wish.
Scalp him from the
We
back.
had that conversation about Disney Lorcana because it was the same thing. They got heaps of it in, and he asked me, he's like, bro, like, does this stuff sell? And I'm like, not really. Like, a little bit does. We only buy a little bit of it. He's like, we bought fucking heaps of it, and now we just got to clear it, and we're not picking it up again. Yeah. So that same conversation,
my local JB.
Yeah, Lorcana's.
That conversation will happen, with companies as Pokemon tapers off. It's obviously not as severe as Lorcana, but it's happened 3 times before that I could name. Like, so it will happen again. Everybody's trying to time the market. Where's the top? Where's this? Where's that?
Yeah.
I kind of feel like, in my experience, May might have actually been like the peak. Like last month might have actually been the peak. I'm going to have to wait to see how Black Bolt White Flare goes, and then see what that first set after that is. But I feel like, any scalper dogs out there listening, you missed the mark if you're buying stuff now, because May was your peak.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
I noticed so I went to I go to Target on release day and stuff because I want to do a live stream on release day. It's a thing I do, and I go on to the days where I can order a case and open a case and have fun doing it. So I've got to go around to shops and stuff. And Destined Rivals, I heard that my local EB was opening at 8. I was like, cool, I'll get there at 10 to 8, whatever. If there's a line, there's a line. There was no one there. It was me. And then one guy rocked up at like 2 minutes to, and he's like, where is everyone? I'm like, I don't know, man. It's just me. And then I opened the doors, like, oh, we don't have anything to...
You got nothing.
What was the point of your early open and your costumes and shit? Like, yeah, it was the most random thing. And then so I walked up to Target, and there was 2 girls sitting there, and by the time they opened, there was 7 of us, and that was it. The journey together, it was around the corner. It would have been 50 or 60 people in.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is meant to be a much bigger set. Like, I just got the feeling like, have people just given up? Like, have the people that just want to come and open cards and have fun doing it, they're giving up?
Maybe.
Like,
Well, what?
I have.
Or
is it-
guys, you should have asked the other 6 people there. Are you
I did.
a collector or are you a sneaker bro?
So
Because then you would
I-
know if
I
the
knew
sneaker
them
bros
all.
have given up or if collectors have given up.
Well, there's the 6 that were there. The 2 girls didn't chat. They stuck to themselves and really didn't want to talk to anyone.
Scalpers.
Scalpers.
Snobby bitches.
Possibly, or yeah, like Harry said, maybe just snobs. I don't know.
Just women in general.
I didn't
Sorry.
say that.
My bad. My bad.
Oh, wow.
Listen, it's a joke. It's all jokes.
That guy down there. But the other people in the line, like I knew them. I knew them from being at other launches, and like, by time then Zing opened up, they were already at Zing waiting for their pre-orders, and they'd opened up the cards they got from Target already. But yeah, 6 people compared to 50 people is like, yeah. I couldn't believe it. So
It could
yeah, it just had a feeling like
I think Prismatic gave a massive boost, like a false boost to the economy in the sense of like it came and it went real quick. Like,
yeah,
and I think like everyone was just like, fuck, like quick, get on it. Collectors, scalpers, the lot, right? And then Journey Together, it was sort of like mid. People didn't really give a shit. You know what I mean? Like, I think those guys that are out there that understand, that keep abreast of the Pokemon hobby itself and understand what's hot and what's not, they know when to jump in, they know when to jump out, and they've got an idea when a card's only going to be $150 or whatever, you know. Like, so for Prismatic Evolutions, it was all in, you know, and all these guys come out of the fucking woodwork to grab what they wanted and left everyone else with their dick in their hand, you know.
got some shipped out today from JB actually.
What, Prismatic?
Nintendo Switch 2?
Yeah.
What?
What was that, Ding?
Was that Prismatic or Switch 2? Which one?
Prismatic.
What, they're still shipping it?
Yeah, they had another, like... So, like, the thing I hate, which is taking away the fun of it, I get messages all the time. It's like, this is live on this. Go pre-order. This is like, go pre-order. And, like, instinctively, I'm like, I need this stuff for my channel. So I just jump on and I'm like, click, add to cart, pre-order, like, in a panic. And then I realized, like, I just spent $700, like, in a panic. And then I'm regretting it. But, like, Harry just yelled so loud he cut out. Didn't hear what he said. But,
It looked great though. The animation was.
yeah,
that was sick.
I just said anxiety is real.
yeah. And then, like,
man.
but, like, once you do it, like, you get on, you do it, you're like, oh, I got stuff. And then you're like, I hate this part of it.
Yeah,
Like,
I hate
the
that.
pressure.
Yeah.
Like, and then, then stuff slowly trickles out over a month. Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool. Like, what? Now, you know, it's the Prismatic Eevee pouch that's got shipped today. And I'm like, well, why? I can't. It's not worth a video. I've already done a video on it.
Yeah.
Why did I do that? Like,
And
so I
but
hate
So
that.
are you gonna scalp it, Gaz, and sell it for market price? Like sell it for double?
you have to. Yeah, that's the game.
Nah, I don't
the
sell.
Facebook post. These came in today, guys. I've already pulled the card I need. Now I'm selling it for double what it was worth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cheers.
When collector turn into a scalper?
Was that?
What was that?
When does a collector turn into a scalper?
So here's my argument. Like, I had this chat with someone recently, and I said, I don't think it's any, like, everyone, collectors, I'm talking about every collector, nearly every single collector buys stuff at a bargain price and sells it again, right? We all do it. We're only angry now is because we can't do it. We're angry that someone's doing the thing that we were already doing, right? Like, I've bought boxes before because that's a good deal. Like, and I sell it for a profit. Like, I'm doing it now with that box I've been trying to sell on Instagram for the past month. Yeah, like.
So what you're saying is there anything that you sell at a profit makes you a scalper? Is that pretty much what
No,
you're
that's
trying
what
to say?
people.
That's what people
were
do.
saying.
Like, we do that anyway. Like, everyone does it. I see a bargain on something.
But
I'll be like,
that was my question. So what's the difference between a
yeah,
scalper and
right.
a
So
collector?
this is what I was saying. What goes into the whatnot argument, where it's like people, oh, you're just doing it so you can sell it. It's like, well, we were already doing it pre whatnot. We were already doing it anyway. Like, but now it's just so scarce that now we're pissed off because to back it up, like, it's hard now to go, oh, I want to collect Prismatic Evolutions. Or I want to collect Journey Together. I want to collect these sets, right? In terms of getting a master set, because to me, like what Gaz was saying, I can't be fucked dealing with having to try and pre-order stuff, find stuff, search for shit. It is harder to actually collect now, right? You can go, oh yeah, you can do it, you do everything online. But like, it is harder to like just go, oh yeah, you know what? I think I do want to start collecting Journey Together. I'll just go into my Kmart. I'll just go to, Luna Cards, pick a box off the shelf. You know what I mean? Like, it's not, right now, it's not as easy just to go, I want this and I'm going to go get it, As a collector, as a legit collector, right? Like, and that's... Yeah. What's the point? I forgot the question.
I guess the scalper would have to be...
That's what I'm saying. The scalper part. That was where I was going.
Somebody that's not usually part of your community or your hobby that comes in purely to buy something.
Scalper bros.
That would have to be a scalper. Because we are in a hobby or an industry, right? My business model,
some sort of Lowkey Discord,
is buy and sell. That's what we do, right? Whether I'm buying it off the secondary market or I'm buying it off a distributor, I'm buying a product to make a margin and resell it.
Yep. Yeah. And I think that's the problem is that there's some people out there that don't understand the difference. Like when they see someone, like when you go and buy, when I went and bought my Evolving Skies case, right? I bought it to open. I bought some to keep sealed. I bought some to keep sealed because it was like, I can use that and sell that later. I didn't know what the price was going to be. Who knows what the price was going to be, right? Yeah. You can always go to yourself, it might be good. It might be shit. Either way, you don't know. But the whole thing is you buy it, you kind of know what's in the set and go, yeah, you kind of get a bit of an idea. Yeah, it's probably going to be this. But you use that as a collector, you use that to then reinvest that back into other things, and you go, well, I'm going to sell this one box at the market of what it is, so that I can now buy this case, so that I can then have this to do this. So you're pretty much just moving your money around in a hobby as a collector all the time. Yeah. Whereas like someone who scalps comes in, if someone comes in though, and this is the problem, someone goes and drops 20K on a fucking drop of Prismatic or Fusion Strike, whatever, right? And then the next minute they're trying to move it within the next couple of weeks, and it's like, well, that's what makes it disgusting for me. That's the thing that makes it disgusting.
But would you give a shit if you went to the store and it was on shelves? You wouldn't give a shit if someone was doing that. I wouldn't give a shit if people were trying to flog stuff for extra money, but if I could just go and get it. I get that. I get that. Yeah. That's the point.
Going back to that clip that you just brought up before with that older fella standing there with a young fella, don't you think it should have been his duty to turn around and say, hey, young fella, is there something that you want? Like
guy's a dick.
And he's standing there looking at him like he's just going loading that. And don't get me wrong, like if it's there for the taking, it's there for the taking. If you've got the finances to buy that, the guy's just a straight up dick, right? Like that's the. Well, if he genuinely wants to open it and collect it, fair enough. Is he a dick? If you look at him with a set of eyes as a collector,
he's still a dick.
No, but my point is that if the lad's going to open it for himself, is he a dick?
Probably.
I still say yes. Like, give the kid a box.
Nah, yeah, right. The kid's standing there, I guess. But
he's like,
we do the same thing. We all order cases. Yeah, I've ordered cases and ripped a case for myself.
I've ripped a case as well, but it's
nice, mate.
Yeah, that was a while back. But like Journey Together, so I went in, I lined up, and I was the first one in the line, and they're like, we have one spare. There were 6 people in the line.
Yeah.
And I stepped aside and I was like, cut the box open, sell it between them. I'm not going to take the whole box on.
Look at you. You're a fucking G, mate.
Like, but also I don't sell anything. Like, I've never sold like any of my collection. Like a booster box sitting on my shelf. Like, I've never picked that up and gone, oh, that's worth this now. I'm going to sell it.
Yeah.
But
I've never sold, at some point.
I'll buy it all, guys. I'll buy it all.
You might want to question
MSRP, guys.
Yeah. You might want to rethink that. I've got to. Yeah,
I reckon your man below can handle that, Gaz. I reckon he can handle it. Yeah.
I mean, probably could, but
I'll buy it all.
But like the only things I've ever sold is like recently I've sold my PSA 10 Moon Bunny. And then I've sold like a bunch of singles and stuff like that. But I didn't even set the price. Like I sent them to someone. Yeah. Go through it. Give me a price. What you think's fair is fair. I've never actually sold anything other than the Moonbryon really, where I set a price.
Look, Gaz is just an all-round good guy of Pokemon, yeah? Just leave Gaz the fuck alone. He's a national treasure.
He's a good old-fashioned hoarder.
He's a fucking national treasure. Leave the man be.
I'm a hoarder. I'm a hoarder with Pokemon. Like, yes.
All I heard was whore.
I mean, that too, for some Pokemon cards. Oh, Miss Ace.
Yeah. No, I think it's just like, it's all of it all at once. I think it's like, and like you said before, Harry, like it's kind of just hot, I think, as well, just to like talk about it. So you're seeing all like your Opossum Bud, Roxanne's, everyone says it, you can't find it. Everyone goes to Costco and elbows, your mate, the old lady, to get a box of,
Let's see if your Costco ever gets it.
They get
Canberra
it. They definitely get them.
Shit.
I don't even have a Costco membership. I've never been there.
I've got
it's pretty fire, man. Sharpen the elbow. I want to see in Skybox.
Just for the diesel in my truck.
Yeah.
It's like
good petrol,
30
cheap petrol.
cents. 30 cents a litre cheaper.
Yeah, it's a bargain.
Yeah.
Petrol, Costco petrol's legit. It's a vibe.
It's apparently a loss leader for them. They do it purposely to get you into the store afterwards.
It's not a loss. They're charging you $60 a year. They don't give a fuck, eh?
Oh, dude, you can claim that, like, you make that back in, like, 4 tanks, easy.
Yeah, it's true, actually.
30 cents a litre,
you make that back.
Truck,
you make that back on tomato sauce. They sell that shit by like 5 litres.
Is it good? Is it good sauce?
Nah, it is better now. Back in the day, I don't know if anyone remembers Costco when Costco first
opened. How the fuck did we get onto sauce and shit? Like, what the hell's going on here?
Listen.
I wanted to ask Jolly about those clips he was rolling before. I didn't know he had a Lambo.
What? Who had a Lambo? Oh, fucking old mate Scalper.
Oh, that was
that's one of the guys that runs a Discord thing where it's like pay to be part of my Discord.
Yeah, well,
I'll let you know when everything's dropping.
Yeah, so that's kind
Andrew
of
Tate?
about this shit before. Fuck it. This I don't like.
So this is straight up, like proper sneaker bro,
Yeah,
like boxes of sneakers in the background, like legit the most sneaker bro ever. But like this is probably like where it's worse. But here's just a Discord. You pay what?
Number plate. Greatest number plate ever in the world, eh? What a
But he's got 4 cars that have the same number plate, but with like a 3 instead of an E. Like it's
resale. Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah.
Well, like he's obviously knows what he's doing. He's not ashamed of it. It's a proper business. Like how he's getting it in the back door, I don't know. How getting it in the back door, that's hilarious. But how he's doing it, I don't know. Like he obviously knows people who have somewhere who's doing stuff at Big W and Kmart. Like otherwise, how do you get that knowledge earlier, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And like I know for a fact because I know some people who do know some people who know some people at the back of places, but I've never profited from it. Bastards. But like he's just selling that and then putting it on a Discord. Like it's not an overly complicated business model, yeah? He's just saying, give me $20 a month, and when these sneakers or Prismatic Evolutions or whatever the fuck he's selling, probably Labubus in the next fucking week or 2. Crocs for fuck's sake, like he's just doing, I've got backdoor knowledge to this being a thing. Go buy it for this price.
Yeah.
So he's a bad guy, right? He's a generally bad guy. We don't like him. Is this?
Yep.
Because we're seeing a lot of these now. There's actually a few.
Scumbag.
There's Lowkey Discord. Is it TCG Notifies? Another one. There's.
So one of my mate's brothers messaged. He's like, "I joined this Discord group so I can buy Pokemon." I'm like, "Bro, when the fuck have you been into Pokemon?"
Yeah.
Like you're the fucking problem. And I said it to him. I go, "You're the problem with Pokemon and people enjoying the hobby right now."
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm just like, don't talk to me about this, dude. I don't want to hear it. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
You're ruining the hobby. Oh, there you go. He's doing Labubus there. Sorry. So he already beat us.
You're late on it, mate.
Yeah.
I don't think you could ever ruin the hobby. Let's be fair, right?
Well, it's making it less enjoyable.
Well, it depends. It just depends, right? Like, it's all around how deep your pockets are at the end of the day. And if you decide to pull out, you pull out. Like, it is what it is. If you can't afford to do something, you shouldn't spend your last dying dollar trying to continue to do it. You just pull out. That's it. Like you got to make that decision.
I feel like Pokemon itself now is a hobby that's becoming less and less attainable. When it was like $5 a pack 2-3 years ago, that was all right. You go, I'll get like 5 packs on the way home. Now like 5 packs is like $50. So you're like, fuck the 5 packs.
Yeah, Durry's a hell expensive too. I can't do both.
Don't. One of them slowly kills
Choose
you.
Pokemon, Harry.
One of them slowly kills you. The other one's a cigarette.
They both kill you. Don't lie. I've watched the Costco videos. Yeah.
One through your health and one through your stress.
Yeah, big time. But nah, look, I do love it. I still do love opening packs when I get a chance, man. But it's become very unobtainable for me. Where I live too, man, it just like sucks. People suck. And I ain't standing around people because I fucking hate people.
Yeah.
So I can't be fucked with it. Do you know what I mean?
I work in retail and I hate people.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'd rather buy online. That's the thing, like especially for cards and shit like that. But
Easy, Harry. Come to my Whatnot, bro.
Yeah.
You come.
Oh, look at this guy. Look at this guy.
One day shipping. Everything's shipped next day.
really,
That's a pretty good deal.
what are your prices? Don't worry about these two. What are you doing?
Hey, Harry, go back to Fortnite, mate. Leave this.
Get in there, Harry. You get a $15 credit when you join up, bro. Don't worry.
What?
Jolly just disappeared.
Jolly's gone for a
He
piss.
disappeared it. Yeah, everybody's.
Yeah, you
just
disappeared
follow-
early, Harry. You just like vanished on the screen like magic.
I didn't know we could just like.
Oh yeah,
abandon
it's formal. Don't worry about it. Like I just went for a piss before, so it's all good.
Oh no, but you vanished on screen because of your.
Oh, because of my chair. Yeah. My chair
you
was
walked
still
out
here,
the
but
door and you were just gone. Like,
Oh, did I just like go?
this is all green screen too. Don't worry, guys.
Yeah, it's sick. You just go.
Definitely
into
all
the
green
oblivion.
screen.
Yeah, you just take a photo of the back of your thing, and then you just make that the background. Because I tried doing that with I had my.
Yeah, there's definitely no cards there.
Yeah.
What's the next topic, Joel?
Shit. We went off on a mad tangent. That was sick.
Fucking did we ever?
Wasn't that the first topic? Did we?
Yeah, that was like yeah.
I swear to God, we just went fucking ping, ping,
Well,
ping, ping,
I had a bunch of things written down and like.
Welcome to the
Oh
party.
yeah, I was gonna say welcome. This is how it works.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's-
So what will happen?
Yep.
We will talk about none of the things I wrote down and everything else that just was happening. Well, on a pod, let's try and kick it into a pod. Let's do some questions. Yeah, we got some questions happening. Yeah.
Let's read the question.
All right, Trainer. I'm a banana. Are you guys bananas too? Quality questions right from the start.
Got one, but
Got one. Midnight Traders. What beard oils do you guys recommend?
All I know is that you never look another man in the eye when you're eating a banana. That's number one.
That is rule number one.
You bite it quickly. Like you don't.
Mm-hmm.
No, you break it off and put it in your mouth.
Yeah.
Make
never
full
look-
eye
No, no,
contact and eat it
that
slower than normal.
feels worse. Yeah, it's just going.
Nah.
Full eye contact and you hold the banana with two hands. Yeah, that's how you
Eat
do
it
it.
with a spoon? Could you eat it with a spoon? Could you spoon a banana?
You can spoon a banana. You can spoon a banana.
Yeah.
You know, if that's what you want to do.
It seems like extra utensils you don't need, considering you've got the banana skins to hold the thing. You know, like it's kind of extra
But
steps.
does it make it less awkward?
Yeah.
I have one, Midnight. I have one, which is like $20 that I pay for. And I think it's I can't remember. But I buy it in bulk. I buy bulk bottles of beard oil to answer your question.
My answer is I have one bottle of beard oil, and it very rarely ever gets used. If I'm going on a date or going out to dinner or something, I'll use it. But day to day, it's a blow dry and a brush.
There you
Wait
go.
till it gets to this length. You kind of have to use it. You know what I mean?
A blow dry and a brush every morning is. I cut an 1.5 inches off mine last week.
It looks nice
Good
and
job.
neat.
Yep.
Your beard's looking nice and neat, Gaz.
I
Yeah.
could do with some off, to be fair.
No.
I really want to go for the
mate.
Viking thing. Yeah, I want to get a plaque going on. I reckon.
Oh, next, do the 2
You're,
plats.
you're a wizard, Harry.
Done. Done. Next time,
No,
2
right,
plats.
fucking dope.
2 plats. 2 plats.
Two
2 plats.
plats, Shakur. Yeah, possibly.
Give us the date, Goss. Swatto.
What was that? Oh yeah, give us the date. Boss.
Give us the date, Goss. Went on a date a couple of weeks ago.
Hey!
Yeah. Went really, really well. And then...
Don't ruin it now by saying something like you shouldn't say on
ghosted.
this, yeah? Ah,
Asked her out for a second date, which
Can I
she said
ask-
she was keen.
she
and,
found your YouTube, bro. She found your YouTube.
She saw the YouTube before.
Oh,
Before we
okay.
went on
So
a date.
she knew what she was in for.
Is it part of your profile? Is link in bio?
No.
Yeah.
Nah.
That's
Everything went really, really well, and then yeah, it just didn't go anywhere. So
Tell me more about it. What did she order in her meal? Did you take it for a meal or what?
Yeah, what'd you
yeah,
do?
we went to a Japanese restaurant for ramen.
Good choice. Oh, ramen. Bad
Yep.
choice. Bad first date dinner.
No, it was really like everything went really well. She loves ramen. Like
Okay.
yeah. So and I'd never had proper ramen apart from like packs of noodles. But yeah,
Bless you.
Okay.
yeah. And then
Ramen.
My wife ghosts me on second dates all the time, brother.
Yeah.
yeah, but she's stuck with you. She comes back
Yeah.
eventually.
Oh, she still ghosts me though.
Take one of your Pokemon friends out for dinner. He'll love it. Yeah.
There's
Okay.
no Pokemon people in Canberra, mate.
You're not looking
Isn't it-
hard.
there's
I mean, there's lots of
Oh,
Pokemon people.
Pokemon
but-
people everywhere, always, constantly.
Yeah,
Bring back Pokemon Go. That was goated.
I still play it
As a date,
every day.
Yeah.
Nah, just like when it was massive. You remember, like, just
well, that
just-
was the first
it was-
big resurgence like Pokemon had in years. That felt like it was a big deal.
I was living in London at the time. I lived in London for a few years, and that happened when I was there. And like, I just remember seeing like the middle of the day, like 7 or 8 people dressed in completely different things. Tradie, guy from the real estate office, guy from the fucking bank, like with their phones, just walking over to the park, going, "Here it is, here it is, here it is." It's like shit you've never seen before, and I was like, that's cool. That's
was-
the hobby.
It was pretty wild, like when people were going to parks, like because my mate at work at the time got into it. He said because his kids were into it. It was full of shit. He was so into it.
That's
But,
how I
like-
got into Pokemon cards, mate.
Yeah, and
oh,
then-
my nephews. I'm buying.
Yeah,
for them.
yeah. And like he went to the like just some random park, and then like obviously there's like 100 people just in this random park that's never packed. Like it, it's like, oh well, people
Did
are
you ever
outside.
do what I did and work out the exact speed you had to go on your vehicle in order in the early
Jeez.
days in order to register on how many kilometers it said you had walked?
Is that a
What
thing?
was the speed? Who remembers
It
the
was
speed?
5 kilometers.
Nah, it was more than that. You had to do under 18 kilometers an hour in your vehicle if you wanted to register kilometers on your eggs. You had to
Yeah.
do under 18 kilometers an hour. I remember doing that, man. Sorry.
I remember like
Anyway.
I'd put it on my bike and I'd go for like a ride around like mountain bike riding or around the lake and stuff, and you get back and it's like you've gone 0.1 of a kilometer on your egg. It's like,
Mhm.
God damn it!
Fuck.
I'm going
Back
to
when I
Google
was
something
fit.
about this, actually. Pokemon Go.
I got while you're doing that, I got a question from Kanto. He wrote, on a serious note, where will Pokemon products be in the next 5 years? Keep investing or invest in other TCG franchise?
Stay strong, Kanto. It is a rock solid investment backed by
Hodl.
honestly fucking decades of data. Just keep
Hodl.
buying and holding, bro.
Yeah.
If you want to buy some other TCG, do it, but don't veer away from Pokemon.
Do any of
Going
them,
nowhere.
do any of them do any
going
good?
nowhere.
Like, is it just like
I'm loving opening One Piece and Dragon Ball.
real?
Loving it.
Put it this way, boys. Put it this way. I bought one just the other day. Steam Siege boxes have hit $1,350 a box.
Are people buying Steam
Everyone's
Siege?
favourite
Is it
set.
easy to
I
sell?
bought one. You
bought one. Are you going to sell it? Hold it? What are you doing with it?
Nah, it's over there now, mate.
It's
most
in
of
the
stuff that
acrylic.
hits that-
Once it hits
well,
the
it goes
acrylic, it
there.
doesn't come out.
It goes there to die. Look, to be completely honest, though, like my collection is a lot of Rayquazas. Those I'll sell when like I upgrade one, but eventually I'll have every single one in a PSA 10, and then I've finished it. All the sealed stuff, it comes, it goes. It comes in, I enjoy it, and then most of it has a shelf life in my collection, just until I'm done with that. And in all honesty, sometimes as a streamer, I'm like, fuck, I need a cool box, and I can't buy any off the market. I've got them. Fuck it, I'll sell it.
Just rip
and then
it.
you just go and break it, and you do what you need to do.
I feel like that's the beauty of collecting, though. You can just like change. You don't always have to.
you can, bro. You can.
You
Like,
can collect
you
these
can.
boxes
You've
each
basically
day.
you've
Still a
got
collector, yeah?
You've got a small asset fund where you can liquidate some kind of product to bring money in for the real world to pay emergency bills or whatever it is you need to do.
Yeah, I literally sold my box of. I had a case of what was it, the 151 UPCs? I sold it.
Yep.
I don't know if I should say if I sold it to. Oh, who cares? I sold it to a guy, and I used that money like to go get my truck license. I was like, I need to get my truck license. It's like $1,200. sold that for like 1,500, 1,600. And I was like, it does do that. You can just do it. Like sometimes it's like, I don't really have any like love for this box. Like I'm just gonna.
Yeah.
I want to get my truck license tomorrow, so I did.
Yeah. Sold the Moonbryon and a bunch of other single cards, so I could buy the graphics card for the computer.
Yeah, right. Like it's
Exactly.
The Moonbryon's a cool card, but I'm not a super duper Umbreon fan, and yeah, the price was right, and I needed the money. So
if it pays for real life things, you know.
I think 5 years is an interesting time too, because in 5 years from now, we'll be right at the back end of the next market cycle. So we'll probably be in almost the actual similar spot, right? Because there's probably only a few months left of what we're experiencing right now. Then it will taper off, and things aren't going to drop below what they were before, right? They go through these markets and they set new lows. So still higher than their old lows, but they set new lows. So they'll shoot up, like we saw it with certain boxes. They'll go up to one level, then they come back, and then they start to settle because that's where they're supposed to be. Because it's always, you know, with everything, it stops climbing. And this actually, I'm not going to go on that tangent right now.
Tangent.
But inflation helps too, yeah. So like when you think of like obviously boxes, what they used to cost back in the day, like everything ends up becoming relative, right? So I know inflation over 5 years, well, the last 5 years has been quite astronomical, but you know, you've just got to look at packs over the last couple where they've gone from like 7 to 9. You know, like so inflation like is always going to help any collector in any market, obviously boost what they've had 10 years ago, 15 years ago in any market against what they actually paid for it as to the value of what it's worth. Inflation is always going to recorrect the system. You know what I mean?
I feel like, and I think someone else said this too, it might have actually been Gabe, funnily enough, from Lunar Cards. Like he was saying that when all this shit was booming and going crazy and all stupid, it was more modern than vintage. So vintage, even though vintage has kind of like had its time and it's obviously gone up, vintage is still like relatively the same. But then all of a sudden,
like
boxes are stuck.
Joel, is that what you mean?
That's what I'm saying. Like while it's all gone wild,
yeah.
where like some boxes from the Scarlet and Violet era are now 350, 400, but some of the older boxes didn't jump up $200 in price or double in price. They're still kind of the same. Like, you know, like a lot of the vintage packs, they didn't really move as much. This is like a weird, new, modern, overhyped wank. Maybe, I don't know.
Well, it's not a bad time to actually like complete some of your vintage sets if you wanted to, because prices haven't changed.
Prices aren't jumping.
They want the new shiny thing. They want it now.
Yeah,
and it's like
I talk about that on.
Yeah, like you can change your collecting habits. I think we spoke about it once before. Last time I was on the channel, I think it was Poketubers. Like, just change the way you're collecting. Like, go back and collect some of the older stuff that you want. Like, so yeah, like
that's true. It is like that's kind of where I'm at now. So it's going back to kind of what we were just talking about, like changing collecting. I've started collecting like art sets of just like, you know, just Scarlet and Violet and Sword and Shield, right?
I've seen it on your Instagram.
Yeah, right. Because I'm like, I would have loved to, and I still wish I did. I kind of kick myself now, but like, it's too expensive now to collect booster boxes. Yeah, I'm just like, I'm not in the mood to try and spend $350, $400 on boxes, but I still want it. I still kind of want stuff from each set, each era along the way. So I'm like, fuck it, just get an art set. That's easy. $35, $40 for like 4 packs.
I still want to get like a booster box from every set that does them.
Yeah, and maybe one day when I got money again, I can do it. But I'm like, like, at least I'm like, all right, cool. And it's fun. It's a new thing to collect. It's a new something. But that's only because shit's so expensive. Otherwise, I would just be collecting booster boxes. But now it's like this new fun thing.
Any collector is always, you know, how would you say, reduced by their income versus their outcome. And like,
sure.
What do? You've got to change your game. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't have the finances to back what you're doing, I mean, you're not going to starve, are you? So you still want to be in the hobby. You still want to do your things.
I'm pretty irresponsible.
But look, I mean, look, if you're going to be fair, right? If you're going to be an absolute fuckwit and spend your last dollar on a Pokemon card, I mean, you kind of deserve not to be around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you might as well fuck off in the bin at this point. Like,
Oh, fuck.
I actually put one of my Holy Grails up for sale, but haven't had the interest in it yet.
Yeah.
But it'll come. The right person will take it, whoever's got it in their finances, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Gigi wrote, why don't you play Pokemon Pocket? Does anyone actually play it? I actually use the app
No, it's gay.
No, I've opened up a couple of packs.
I'm with Harry. I have no interest. I downloaded it, and I haven't actually even clicked on it to open it.
I think it's low key.
Couldn't bring myself to do it. Like,
I think it's kind of clunky. I think once enough people are on it and they take out the clunkiness and make it a little bit more adulty. It's very kiddie at the moment, I feel. But it's kind of fun. I still felt pretty cool when I opened up a pack and I got a big hit. And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, there. Thanks, Pokemon. You got me.
I think it's just gambling, dude. I think it's just another way to gamble, isn't it? Like,
but you don't have to spend money, do you?
You get 2 free packs. I think you get 2 free packs a day. Right?
Okay.
So it's enough to like...
Yeah. Like, I still won't do it. But
no, but that's
like,
all I do. I literally do
it.
I do the 2 free packs and then I bounce. And then I'm on it for a total of like 1.5 minutes a day. And then that's...
You got to have control though to do that, yeah?
Yeah, if you wanted to
GG's is you've upset him. We've upset him.
Why? GG loves it. GG's...
He said it's the greatest game ever. Shut up. So I think Harry and I upset him.
Nah, Fortnite's the greatest game ever. Fucking fight me in the comments. Yeah?
I probably would.
GG, when I watch GG do it, GG's doing a lot more stuff that like I haven't really seen on the app. Like he does, trades and
Good
does all
Times
the
is
stuff.
killing it. Yeah, let's be real.
Yeah.
Like Good Times is killing it, man. Like for someone to take a fair bit of time off and obviously for lots of reasons that he had and he's come back and he's doing. Is that a kid's game? But yeah, like it's one of those things where it's like, to come back, it's like the content that he's pumping out, lots of good content. He's really immersed himself in that world.
Yeah,
and it's good to see. But he's got an interest. He's got an interest, and isn't that the most important thing about content creation?
You got to enjoy what you do, otherwise.
Get right involved, man. And he's killing the game. Yeah. Good on him.
Are you into
well
it,
done,
Dean?
GG, but fuck you as well.
Fuck you as well. Are you into it, Dean? You ripping virtual packs? Nah, you're like, it's hurting my store.
I'm going to circle back, though, because, Harry, you're like, one day they'll do fucking virtual packs only, but 3 out of the 4 of us don't even use it.
Yeah, but
we're old men. That was my point before, because we're old men.
Not that old, mate. I
still have tons of kids on the daily basis coming and buying packs.
Yeah. Okay, tell me this, right? How many kids know what a CD is? There we go. All right, that's enough said, yeah? So eventually we're going to get to a point where you're physical...
actually, I've got a rebuttal to that one. I've got a rebuttal to your CD argument. I've got a rebuttal to your CD argument.
No. Hold on, boys. Hold on a minute. Don't come in with your bullshit. Don't come in with your bullshit.
You love comparing apples and fucking oranges.
No.
I'm just comparing. I'm comparing life. I'm old enough to do it.
Listen.
That's the thing, right? When you turn around and you go, for fuck's sake.
Baseball cards.
CDs.
Were fucking here hundreds of years ago, and they're still here.
But that's what I'm saying. Was there digital? Yeah, but there was no digital format to be able to trade cards.
Listen.
Okay, hold on.
Fucking hell.
When was there a digital format? When was there a digital format to be able to trade cards? When?
What do you mean?
Well, just what I said. Like, when was there a digital format to be able to trade cards? Like, if we were trading physical cards, baseball cards is 1960, 1950, 1930s, right? So we're going for, 100 years?
Yeah.
So do we think that it's going to last forever? Or do we not think that there's a new way that we move forward because they didn't last before that? They didn't exist before that. Everything comes, everything goes. So that's the whole point, right? And in a cycle where not everything comes back, only in your life.
Not everything goes either, though.
Yeah, but...
Yeah, most of it does, man.
Most
of it does. If everything didn't go, then how would we work out how the pyramids were built?
What?
We would know, right? Because everything fucks off.
Don't make this a pyramid podcast.
Come on, bro. Let's do it, bro. We can do it all day.
How to build a pyramid in 2025.
I did
Things come and go.
I'm gonna need more time for a pyramid podcast and some actual beers.
The whole bottle of red wine.
Yeah.
Everyone grab a bottle of red.
Yeah, get on the terms. Am I the only one drinking? That's
Yeah, I've had a headache for a week. So
my point is that things come and go, right? And it's not to say that we're going to see the end of Pokemon in our lifetime, but I think that at the end of the day, it has a shelf life, right? Everything does. Everything has a shelf life.
Prices can affect things, right? Like, and here's where I'll somewhat agree with you, right? You look at, this is a random example, but look at vaping. Vaping's way more popular because it's like easier and like it's cheaper, right?
Vaping's a fad though.
Listen, vaping. vaping is the Pokemon Pocket of like the smoking industry, right? Dirty cigarettes is trading cards. Listen, I'm trying to be on your side, Harry. You can go with it, or you can just go back to being everyone yelling at you.
I'm just going to disagree with you. I'm disagreeing with you.
Listen, do you want me to bring up how bad your CD analogy was, right? What is a CD, right? They brought it in and then took it away, and they went back to like what do you call it? The sticks, yeah. We went back to chips.
USB.
Right, so USB's a chip.
Yeah.
We started with chips, and then we went to CDs because CDs could hold more than chips can. And then we went back to chips, right? We did like a 25, 30 year like detour into CDs, and then realized actually that was a waste of time. They were shit. That was about it. Let's go back to chips, and chips were way better.
That's the thing.
Right?
Yeah, but
chips
they can fit more data.
Chips are the trading cards, right? Chips are the Pokemon cards, right? And your CDs is Pokemon Pocket. Or whichever way. What side am I on? I forget.
No.
Like, am I defending you or against you? I can't remember.
Yeah, you're kind of against him.
I can't remember.
You tried to defend him. He wouldn't let you defend him. So you said,
No.
I jumped back over the fence.
going
I jumped back over the fence. I'm like, I'm fucking you. I'm back with Gaz and Dean. Fuck you.
I am the fucking law. I do what I want everywhere I go.
Fuck.
Perth must be different. It's okay.
Something in the water over there, isn't it? But anyway, so yeah, Pokemon Pocket. Okay. What over when does the freak off start? It's fucking started, I feel.
Oh, mate, it started before we went
fucking
live.
there.
You should have heard the
Throw the oil on, brother. Yeah, let's go.
conversation.
Now that maths is finished, what are you gentlemen watching? Fucking nothing. Oh, it's always saying
Nothing until math starts again. Right?
yeah.
And NBA Finals.
Good choice.
over?
Are you watching that on?
Huh? No, they're in the
NBA.
finals. They've only had 2 games.
Are you watching it on Disney Plus? Is that on Disney Plus now?
Did the Knicks lose? Did the Knicks lose?
Yeah, they
Yeah,
did.
they choked.
Yeah, boy.
Gaz is rapped about it.
I hate Brunson.
Why?
Douchebag.
You collect basketball cards though, don't you? You're into basketball.
Nah. I'm into basketball. I have some basketball cards. I do not collect them.
That's another addiction you don't want to go down.
Well, so it's that thing what Harry was saying earlier. The tier levels is insane. You go buy a $4 pack from Kmart, which they're always in stock. You cannot get anything good out of
You
it.
can't get nothing. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Nothing. Like
the hobby, then why don't you just buy the shit ones? You know, like, come on, man. You like the hobby, just buy the shit ones. It's not all about value, man. It's all about the hobby, you know?
My problem is, like, I want to pull the Steph Curry cards. Like, the good Steph Curry
the expensive ones.
Yeah.
But you got to go buy the $1,500 exclusive super uber duper box just to get a hold of it, man.
Oh yeah, that's the see-through one, is it? Yeah.
It's the see-through 1 of 1.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's cool.
It's
1 of 1.
well, it's not numbered, but so I had this one personally graded, Dean. It's the gold sparkle Steph Curry.
Yes. Beautiful.
Beckett. It's the only one Beckett have graded, and PSA have not graded a single gold sparkle.
That's pretty cool. I would put that
GGs.
online for 20,000.
Like, I've had people go, "What's it worth?" I'm like, "Well, it's not worth anything."
It's what you set the price, Gaz.
But it's so that will never leave my collection. That is
$1 option. It's the only way you can find out the real price.
$1 option.
like that will. It is honestly,
That's what you
it's
do on
worth.
eBay as well. eBay's all one.
It's worth nothing
Oh,
because it's not.
Go,
I'll never
go
sell.
talk to Mr. Golden. He'll fucking sort you out. He'll get you sorted. Golden's options. Go see him.
Golden, don't start me on my mate. They were here for Hobby Hangout last week.
Were you there, Jolie? Did you
No,
come,
I
or were
was
you
in.
away?
I was on site. I was
I
spewing.
thought
I was
so.
filthy. I was watching.
Thought so.
I was on site watching everyone just because I was working that day.
It
So
was good. I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to.
I saw like videos all day. Like my Instagram was hurting me all day. Just, like everyone's just there. Everyone's like, "Oh, look what I bought." Piles of shit. I'm like, "Fuck you all." I'm sitting there in the desert, just like staring at my computer.
I wasn't even in the desert. I was a few hours away and still couldn't get there.
Oh fuck! You should have driven down, Gaz. You should drive down for
Work,
one.
man.
Ah, spew. Nah.
Yeah.
Take a day off one day. The fishes will be fine, man. The fishes will be fine.
Yeah, just dose them up with
worry
food
about
and fuck off for the weekend.
It's not the fish I worry
It's not the fish. Well, it's the other workers.
about. Customers.
Oh yeah. Question from Frostfall: are new sets coming out too fast, and should the Pokemon Company take a step back to less sets per year with more availability, or is scarcity lining their bank accounts?
They won't take a step back because they're going to sell out everything every time they release it. But as a consumer, yes, they're selling too many.
I'll make
Too
that
many
small.
sets.
Yeah. Leave it there, Joel. That's good.
I didn't want to cover your face, bro. Like,
Good. I don't give a fuck. I'm here all the time. So
Go. Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Senna looked cool, but
yeah, fuck it. Leave it.
I think they're releasing too many. But for them, like, it's a very smart business to keep releasing too many.
Yeah, but you'd say that, right? So I think that obviously Dean would have a different perspective on that, right? I think you and I would share the same perspective because being someone who's a collector, it would be nice to go, hey man, it'd be good if there was more stock and more availability and one set came out every 6 months as opposed to one every 3 months. I'd be like, yeah, that's sick. Now I can do my hobby the way I want to do it.
Yeah.
But Dean's sitting over here going, you know,
Bring
what?
them on.
Fuck that, man.
More
like,
sets.
I need to sell. Like, I've got fucking. So what? Now I'm going to sit with the same shit for 6 months. Like,
as a consumer,
I think it's
what
a
I said
different
is,
thing,
if I was a business, then I'd be like, keep them coming.
Yeah. Especially
exactly.
if you get
the idea of that seems like it would suit you, but I could tell you it's not going to suit you. Like, even sorcery is a phenomenal TCG, right? And they only release one set a year. And it basically, it just fizzles out almost instantaneously because you are able to get what it is that you need and you get it quickly because it is the only product that is going to be available for 12 months. So they print the shit out of it and it's there and you get it and then you're done. And then nobody talks about sorcery for another fucking 12 months until they drop the next set.
But 6 sets a year, bro?
Would be the same. Like, you know, you can't do like one set every 6 months. They used to do one set every 3 months. Now it's more like one set every 2 months, which is what Magic the Gathering do. And that is too many. It should be every 90 days that you get a new set.
But is that due to
that's not just for collectors. That's for trading card game rotation and all those things because you need to keep spicing up that pool.
Yeah.
You need to keep changing that. Even though they do R&D, sometimes they don't get it right. And people find the right deck and then that's it. You can't run that same shit for like, you know, more than 90 days. It's going to get stale. It's going to get old. That's bad for their business. And if it's bad for their business, it's bad for you to consume because they won't fucking make it anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
do you
4
think
sets a year though? Like, I think is great.
Yeah.
Well,
like,
there's 6 sets a year.
Six or seven. It's too many.
But you got to think of it from a different point of view, right? Like, there are people who will see a set and go, "Oh, that's shit. I'm not going to collect it." Right? Like, anyway, like we do that. Like, I do that with sets. Like, there was a few sets I didn't give a shit about. I was like, I'm not going to collect whatever Paldea Evolved. I'm not going to collect Stellar Crown. You know, and like, which is fine. But then like, a set like Destined Rivals comes out or Prismatic and you're like, oh, fuck yeah, I'm all in again. Like, we forget that collectors still do that as well. Like, the market isn't just all scalpy people. Like, sometimes it is, the sets are fucking cool and people will come out to try and, I want to collect that. Like, I don't give a shit about Journey Together. I really kind of don't. Like, it's a cool set, but I'm not in the mood to collect it, right? But like, if I had to wait 3 months and 4 months and then before another set comes out and you've got a shit set, it's too long to wait. Like, imagine Shrouded Fable comes out and you've got to sit there waiting 2-3 months for another set. You'd be like, dear God, like, you know. And
but if you're a core collector, it wouldn't fucking matter, right? Because if you're out there going, that's what I'm saying, right? So that's where you got different variances. Like, if you're a hardcore collector, you don't give a fuck.
Yeah, but I don't think the bulk of people are hardcore collectors. Is my point. I don't think the bulk is. I think the bulk is more like up and downy. I won't get that. Like, the hardcore nerds, would be like the top 10% of collectors, right? But most people would be in this little mid tier where it's just like, you know, I'm just gonna collect what I want to collect. Like Shrouded Fable, I think I've opened up one pack of Shrouded Fable. I've opened up like one pack of Journey Together.
But like, why didn't you open any of it, Joe? Because there was nothing in there that you had an affinity towards, so that's why you didn't want to open it.
But that's what I'm saying. Because some people only will, if someone loves Pikachu, they're going to open up 4 boxes of Surging Sparks trying to get the big Pikachu, right?
Yeah, but
you know what I mean? Like, it's just, you know what I'm saying? Or like, no, I'm just saying, like, it's like, I reckon, like, you would get, like, you get people who just collect because they like a certain Pokemon in that set, or they like a card, or, you know. That's why 151 was huge, because it had a lot of people's favorites. So it's a huge set. It's good. Lots of art rares, and, you know, it's more popular because it does attract more. Yeah, right. But it attracts more people from the top 10%.
I still haven't completed it either.
It's a hard set. Well, it's hard to.
Shit.
You know,
dude, I've opened a stupid amount of 151.
Yeah.
Like a absolute butt ton.
Yeah.
And there's 2 full art EXs I haven't pulled.
Yeah.
I put like 5 Charizards.
Just buy them. You can buy them now.
I know I can. I don't want to. I want
the-
to. I want to complete the set by opening them.
I think the other thing too, though, is you know, you look at Surging Sparks as a great example, because it was probably the first real one that was hard to get, and people felt like they're starting to miss out on what they wanted. And now I would say it is probably twice as more available than it was when it released, but everybody's too busy looking at what's out now or what's come out since to actually just go, I actually really enjoyed that set. I want to finish that set and circle back to it. They're too focused on what else is coming because we live in a social media world with a FOMO culture, and I want this now. I want the new thing now. I want to be the first one to post it, create that content, do this and do that. So people, you know, are hyper focused on what is coming out and not looking back at what was coming out. You know, and things that they enjoyed. And I sit back and I just sit back and I watch this stuff all the time because, one, obviously I own a business where people come in and buy and sell and all that sort of stuff. But for my collecting journey, it isn't about master sets or opening packs or, you know, getting stuff to be able to sort of use that for content. Like I just collect Rayquazas like 99% of the time. That's it. So I've got, you know, the last Rayquaza that came out was Crown Zenith, and before that was Evolving Skies. Like, you know, there hasn't been much for me in all of Scarlet and Violet, and it's such a diverse pool of collectors. Like Harry was saying, you know, the hardcore guys, and then you got, like Jolly's saying, guys like me that just collect singles, and then you've got people that, you know, the players, and then you've got content creators. You've got so many different things. Like it's probably why Pokemon do what they do in terms of just printing it out at like it's not even 2 months really. It's like every 70 days. It's like every 70 to 75 days they'll drop a new set.
And if you're doing Japanese on top of that, it feels like every 2 weeks. Like,
well, that's the problem. I mean, for sure.
Yeah,
if it was one release date worldwide, it would feel less. You'd feel less smothered for sure.
It's like we just got Destined Rivals, and then like people are like, oh, we can get the Japanese. Yeah, black and white. And I'm just like, I'm just getting over this one. Like, so I didn't even order any of the new Japanese set. Yeah, it feels like too much.
Harry, you have a question for the panel?
Do you think that lining up all the dates is going to fuck it in the ass anyways?
What was that? Mining.
Lining.
No, do you think that lining up all the dates would end up fucking it in the ass anyways?
What do you mean?
In what way?
So like what we're saying, right, is like the whole thing at the moment, like Pokemon is booming across all languages, right? All languages. English collectors are buying this, they're buying that, they're buying this, they're buying that, right? Because they want to get involved. I think the Chinese stuff at the moment is probably one of the more unique versions of what Pokemon are doing at this minute in time.
Yeah. You
know, Japanese, English, Thai, or whatever other language you want to put it into is all recycled depending on, you know, your country of origin or how they put it into whatever set they put it into. But it's art that we've seen before. It's just different language packaged, all that sort of stuff, right? But if you combined all that together, then the essential need of people wanting to, it's like being a drug addict, right? Like it's like you need your fix all the time, and it's like you can see these people that just want to continually go, oh, there's something new coming, I want to get on that first. Oh, the English is out, I want to get the English one now because that's going to be worth more. I've got the same card in Japanese, but now I want the English one that's worth 5 times more than what this one's worth. And now I don't care about this one as much anymore. And now I'm going to move on because I got the English one. But it's just like a constant feed of just shit to you through Pokemon. So lining up the dates, would that not then affect the sales of the Japanese and the other,
I reckon
I suppose, language versions of it?
Yeah.
So it wouldn't make sense for them to do it, right?
I reckon it would. Yeah, it would hurt Japanese the most because I feel like a lot of people only like Japanese. Well, no, I'm not.
Because they can get it earlier.
It's a big market.
They would never do it.
People like Japanese.
They would never do it. But that would be the solution to us feeling smothered. But there's no fucking way they'll ever do it.
Yeah.
But I think the solution to you feeling smothered too is all perspective based, right? If if you just go, you know what, I'm just going to collect English, you know, or I'm just going to collect Japanese, or I'm just, you know, I know a lot of people that just solely collect Japanese, you know, and, you know, I've fallen into the hole where I collect a little bit of both, you know, so some cards I like in Japanese better than others, and, you know, quality's better, we all know that.
Would you say they were collecting Japanese because at the time, up until recently, it was a lot more affordable? But now, like, the latest sets, because of the hype, the boxes are stupidly
But this happened not that long ago. This happened at the start of Scarlet and Violet, where the Japanese was super expensive because everyone wanted it. Like, it, you know.
Yeah, right.
I got a homie that's in England, right? And that's all he collects. He's Japanese. Like, he lives in England, and he's like a mad Japanese collector. So I think there's some people, again, like we talk on different variances of collectors, right? It's like some people will only believe that Pokemon is Japanese. English is bullshit. Like they are just that, you know, hardcore into the whole Pokemon thing that it's like anything outside of Japanese Pokemon is just shit. They're not interested. They just want Japanese, you know? And it'd be the same for English. Like there's a lot of people that just won't waste their time with Japanese. But then there's the addicts, and then there's the other side where it's like, I've got to have the latest and greatest of whatever the fuck it is that's coming out this week.
Gotta catch 'em all.
Yeah, but I think the thing is too is like it's hard. It's like, again, it's your collection goals, and you can't collect them all. You know, if you want to build a promo binder, build a promo binder. If you want to grade your favorite cards, well, look, if you want to grade your favorite cards, grade your favorite cards. If you want to make a binder of your favorite Pokemon, do that. You know, like there's so many things to do in this field. I think you've just got to choose one. If you choose too many, then you are drowning. So I don't know whether or not lining up sets and all that sort of stuff is going to make any fucking difference. Yeah. You know, I think it's your choice. You have to make a choice. You can't be in everything, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I feel smothered by it.
You know at some point, yeah?
Yeah. But, yeah, I feel smothered by it, but it's because of the
is that
the way you
pressure to... Well, so I'm not even really collecting, so to speak, because I'm just doing the videos for the channel.
Yeah, well, that's
to a degree.
You bought three premium super collections, and you're not a collector.
Yeah,
what the fuck? One, guys. Yeah, I own a card shop. I didn't even get one of those.
You know what I'm saying?
I only bought the second and third when they went on special for $400.
Doesn't matter.
Scalper.
What did you need one for?
Scalper.
Well, so the first one I actually bought.
You just like cut out.
And it did.
Yeah, you can completely cut out.
You completely cut out there for some reason.
Yeah, right. Okay. Good though? Or...
Yeah, you're good now.
No.
Okay.
Good
cut
now.
out.
Okay, yeah. I was just saying, you know, I bought the first one just to make the video.
Yeah.
And I was going to rip on it. I was going to be like, this is a complete waste of money. Don't do this. And then phenomenal looking cards. But
and then you bought two more.
Yeah.
But do you think that's like a problem that, because I fell into this trap early on where it was, I've got a Pokemon YouTube channel, I've got to buy everything under the sun.
That's where I was going with
I've felt like, and that's why I stopped doing that exact thing. So I was like, I am buying a lot of stuff that even I'm not really into collecting. I'm burning a lot of money. It's kind of painful, and it's not, I don't find collecting every single thing that fun in general anyway. Like,
hence why someone like Gaz goes ahead and makes a gaming channel, because he can no longer suffice his Pokemon channel, because at the end of the day, he's worked out that his other hobby is actually fucking YouTube, like we discussed before.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, you like the YouTube. I like the YouTube as opposed to the actual
yeah, of course,
Pokemons.
No, I love the Pokemon.
But you've worked out you got two hobbies, right?
I've always had three.
Right.
Three.
So
hobbies.
remember last time we spoke on this? Yes.
I do.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Harry was right yet again. I'll see all you motherfuckers on the next potty, yeah?
I mean, he's never wrong.
I'm just taking the piss, man. I'm just having a good time.
I know, bro.
Yeah.
So the reason I started the gaming channel was because in my life, like, a lot of the times, like, I love gaming, but I don't do it. And I hate that I don't do it, because, like, I'll finish work, I'll come home, and I'll be like, I'm tired, I'm just going to go to bed. And I was finding myself in bed at 7. And I'm like, I'm not socializing with anyone. I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that. I'm in bed at 7:30, and I was finding like it wasn't mentally healthy for me. So I was like, I'm going to start the gaming channel because one, it's going to actually force me to play games, which is something I really enjoy, and not just go to bed at 7:30 and sit there being watching nothing. Like, and yeah, so I was like, it's
bitch. Being an old bitch, get yourself out there. You did, and you're doing well, guys. Good on you.
Yeah, well, I figured like it's going to force me, because once I start the channel, I'm not going to not do the channel, and I'm actually really enjoying back playing games. Like,
boy.
Do you feel pressured to keep your channel going with Pokemon? Like, do you feel like you have to open stuff to make a video?
No, but I want to. Like,
Do you want to, Gaz? I will turn this into a therapy session if I need to. You know, Harry will. You know, Harry will turn this into a therapy session if it needs to go in that direction.
I love it, bro. I absolutely love my Pokemon YouTube channel. But I have had to sacrifice, and I've cut back to...
Your mic keeps cutting out, bro. Just sorry to cut you off. Your mic keeps cutting out.
I don't know what's going on.
Is it like, have you got like
That's
a
weird.
threshold setting on it or something? Like if it goes up, it sounds like you've got like it sounds like you've got when you,
a peak.
There's a filter on it.
A peak thing, yeah.
The distance.
So I think what the problem is that all of my microphone filters are a bit less, and this is running straight through Discord, so there is no filter. So I might be hitting the...
I'm hearing problems. I'm not hearing solutions, guys.
I don't know how to fix it's Discord, mate. How do you put a filter on a Discord?
I don't know.
You can do it.
I don't know.
I'm sure you can, but I'm not that smart.
I just
double-digit concussions over here.
Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah, I think 12. But
Jesus.
No, I love the YouTube Pokemon channel.
As long as you love it, and you know, that's what matters.
I have had to make that sacrifice and do, and then the occasional live, but yeah, I don't feel pressured to keep doing it. I love doing it.
It's good to know. It's good to know you don't feel that pressure, guys.
And that's what I always thought was good about when I first started the Pokemon YouTube channel was Pokemon's a good YouTube channel to start in the fact that it's like you don't have to think too hard to do a new video because there's always a fucking new set out. Like, you know what I mean? You can just like rip whatever the fuck is out. Like there's always a collection box. There's always a ETB. There's always something, you know? So I guess like in terms of a YouTube channel, that is good. What I want to say is just to end this sort of part of the question was the one thing I do hate about them bringing out so many sets is I do hate, what do you call them? Like the holiday sets, right? Especially when it is something like a Crown Zenith or a Prismatic or like we're going to see with Black Bolt and White Flare. There's so many cards in it and you can't get booster boxes. That's the one thing that always does my head in. I'm like, oh, you mean I have to actually pay? Because it actually works out more expensive in the end to buy more ETBs than it would be to buy a booster box of a set, right?
Yeah.
So when you get these awesome sets like a Crown Zenith or, like I said, Black Bolt, White Flare, I don't know if anyone's seen, it's got like 100 and something art rares in it or whatever. Like,
huge.
That's massive, Christ. Right? Yeah, have you seen it, Gaz? Have you not seen it?
No, I don't spoil sets. I don't like to look ahead.
Do you want me to bring it up for you?
I'll just tell you for Black Bolt and White Flare in English, if you were to finish both sides of the set, it's over 800 cards.
Yeah, it's massive set, right? And it's friggin'...
Yeah, well, I won't be mastering that one.
I'm gonna make you look at it.
Do you think that's what Pokemon want people to do is not collect full sets anymore? Like make it that big where it's just like just grab what you want out of it and bail? Like,
well, this one is all of Gen... What is it? All of someone else.
Gen 5.
Gen 5. All of Gen 5.
Nova Pokemon.
Yeah, like every single Gen 5 has an art rare. I'm saying that correctly, I believe, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is just... What we're looking at now is just Black Bolt, I think I clicked on. So this is only one half of it, yeah?
I'm not impressed.
Yeah, you say that, Gaz, but you will.
Oh, you say that now.
So that
wait
was
till you fucking.
That was
wait till you've taken out a second mortgage.
Wait until you scalp one. Wait until you're the guy at the line taking the ETBs in front of the kid. Yeah, like. So that was just White Bolt.
Like they're going to be on the shelf, mate.
Yeah. So this is just Black Bolt. This is how massive the set is. Yeah. So obviously in English, it's all going to be in one set. we're not going to be I don't think we're getting like separate.
No, it's wrong. It's 2.
It is 2 in English as well.
It's the first time they're doing 2 separate English sets at the same time.
See, now you've pissed me off even more. So now I've got to collect 2 different ETBs I don't want to have to collect.
Correct.
But if it is like Crown Zenith, you go.
Oh no, I was just going to say, like, when we're talking about the counting, like with the English variant of this, and this is a question for all you lads, because I was thinking about it, was do we think that we're going to see commons and uncommons in both of the sets? Like, are the hits only going to be shared in, let's say, Black Bolt and White, whatever they're called, right? The hits are only going to be present in those particular ones, but they're going to share commons and uncommons amongst the set. Like, does that make sense? What I'm trying to say?
In the English
set?
Well,
it's not that way in Japanese.
Yeah,
it's split because there's literally there's 156 Pokemon. I think one set's 88 cards or 88. 88 cards and the other, or 88 Pokemon. The other one's like 86 or something.
Yeah.
So as far as the Japanese one is like it's all the commons and uncommons and art rares for particular Pokemon and Evo lines are only in one set and not in secondary.
Yeah.
It does seem
so
like...
realistically, right? You could just collect Black Bolt and you could do that whole set and you've got a set of Black Bolt.
Yeah.
You don't need White Flare to complete Black Bolt. They've just literally dropping 2 sets at the same time, which they do in Japan all the time, but it's the first time they've ever done it with English. So,
But when they do it in English, like, same question, like, so just confirm, because I was kind of like scrolling for a second there. Like, are they going to do the commons, uncommons the same in English, where it's just...
The current understanding is no, it'll be the same as Japan.
They will be there will be no crossover.
None at all, eh?
That's weird. So you are essentially getting 2 sets in English, like, full stop.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm going to have to get 2 binders, and I'm going to have to, like, punch out twice as many kids at Costco to, like, get my...
Well, like Dan said, you get 800.
You don't have
Dan said
you have to hit
you're
the
getting
kids.
800 cards.
You have to hit
so
the
you're
kids.
going to have 2 binders anyways.
Oh, yeah, it's
Well, you just
massive,
get one of those big palms off ones.
Yeah, the mega palms off one. There's
mega.
Are you an affiliate?
Link in
yeah. Are you an affiliate? But, like, I get what, like, the art rares are obviously what the big, it was kind of the same as when they did Crown Zenith. Like, they ended, because, so everyone knows.
The greatest set ever to open, by the way.
Right, well, the hit rates were pretty good in Crown Zenith. Like, it was...
It's an understatement.
Well, I had good luck. I had great luck opening it.
I had fantastic.
I never pulled a gold, but when you open up like 10 packs, you're always
got one.
Cards. Thanks, buddy. Thanks, mate. I owe you for that. I should buy one of your shirts to pay you back.
Gold?
Never pulled a gold from Crown Zenith, eh? I had to buy all of them, and then Gaz gave me one because he's a fucking gem.
Giratina, I think, was it?
It was the Giratina. But when you gave it to me, it was a lot cheaper than what it's worth now, so I appreciate it even more.
Yeah.
But the art rares obviously was the big part of Scarlet Violet. Like, that was the big selling point of the era. And obviously when they did Crown Zenith, it was, all the alt arts. And then, the alt arts became a massive, huge part of Crown Zenith where nearly every card basically was an alt art. So, it's good that they're going out on a big bang again. They're going out before they go into the next era, which is...
No, Victini's cool. Sorry.
Yeah. Is it Z and A? What's the next series called? They've already announced it, Z and A.
No, we don't know. We actually don't know because the Pokemon game is called Legends Z to A, but it's a Legends game, so it's not new generation. They're using old generations. And then we know the next 3 sets are like Mega Evolution sets, but we're not assuming that generation is called Mega Evolutions because we've already seen a bunch of the previous Megas that they're using and then new ones that they're doing. So we don't actually know what the whole next block is called yet.
Okay. All right. So I thought
there's nothing solidified in that, like explicitly.
It's assumption.
Like this is what it's going to be. Yeah,
that's going to be coming around the corner soon, though. I was going to say that's going to be around. That's going to be pretty soon.
These 2 cards, Jolie, are banging. These 2 SARs, are fucking banging.
They're pretty good.
Have you got any at the shop at the moment, Dave?
Like this Japanese set? I don't know. It should land there tomorrow. What's today? Tuesday. Yeah, it should be there tomorrow. Yeah. It comes out on Friday. It ships Friday and usually lands with us on a Wednesday.
Are you doing any rip and ships for it? Like, sorry. What do you call it on Whatnot? Is it called rip and ship? Is that what they?
I mean, yeah, I guess so. I guess that's what it is, right? Like, we're ripping your packs and shipping them. So
That's what
I just wasn't sure if there was a different term. That was all.
Nah, Harry, you're on the money. It is just like it's just rip and ship, I guess. But yeah. I mean, I will if it lands there tomorrow. Before like 11 a.m. I'll set a stream and I'll go live and do it. Yeah, just depends.
I've seen a couple of photos of that SIR beat board, and it does look pretty cool.
The black white rares that they've got, those 2 full arts as well, are crackers.
Yeah, I thought they were pretty cool to add in there, like something different. Yeah. It does look like a good set.
Gen 5s is just cool, man, because it was a time when it was literally halfway, right? We're in the 10th gen right now, Scarlet and Violet, so it was literally halfway from the whole journey. When Pokemon was in a full-blown rut, it was like straight fucked. They were like, all right, well, we're going to just reset and just release, a whole new Pokemon. Like, it was the first time a generation had more than, I think, 76. It had 156 new Pokemon. Like, Victini's meant to be Pikachu, you know what I mean? Like, that's what they literally just pressed the reset button and tried to do it. And some say it worked, some say it didn't work, some say the black and white games are still the best games that ever came out. So like, I wasn't actually active in our hobby when Gen 5 came out. I've gone back to Gen 5. I know its story and I've played the games, and I'm like, fuck, I was like spewing. I missed out on it. I was like, that would have been pretty cool to be a part of.
Well, now we get to be a part of. Now you get to be a part of it now, mate.
Yeah, I've already gone on record multiple times saying I'm going to master both English sets, and it's going to be a world of pain. I only have 3 master sets completely, which is base set, Ancient Origins, and Steam Siege, and I'm about 80% through Call of Legends, and they're the only 4 sets.
Far out, going hard.
I'll just pick random ones, like things that I like. And this is something like that, because I like the story. I like the story. I like that it's the first time anything like that's been done. I like that it's ambitious and kind of ridiculous. So I'm like, fuck it. Let's do an 800 card master set.
Fucking there you go.
That's pretty mental, eh?
That is a hectic.
I need all your hits and your bulk, boys. Help me out, all right?
Hit me up, man.
Do you reckon with that many do you reckon with that many art rares that we're gonna see with the ETBs? Like, I think, like, and this is just me talking out of my head, I know I opened up 70 ETBs at Crown Zenith, and like I worked out the hit rate was like, and Crown Zenith was like 4 on average 3 hits per ETB. Do we think that the hit rates are going to be increased with these ETBs?
I know it should feel that way. It should feel that way.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I think because it was like,
it can't be the current 1 or 1.5 hits.
Yeah, I think on average it's 3. It's 3 hits per ETB on average, but some had 2, some had 4, some had 5, some had 1. But like on average it was like 3.
Yeah,
it was like the lucky
it should
number.
be better because they're all illustration rares, right? That's where they fucked up Prismatic. They made 32 special illustration rares. Like, I don't. Again, these Pokemon marketing meetings, I'd love to sit in there and just slap a couple to people that come up with these certain ideas. Yeah, but that's what makes Prismatic taste so bad. Is there are no illustration rares, it's Pokeballs and Master Balls, and it's really hard to get an SIR. It actually wouldn't be that bad. Like, I've opened it twice on stream, and I refuse to now because I'm like, I actually hate it. I enjoy opening packs for people and want them to get the good hits, and I want to have a good time doing it. And Prismatic is dog shit for that. Yeah. So like, I just won't open it on there because it's the way that they've staggered that actual set and its rarity levels. So with there being that many illustration rares in this set, and the fact that they're that rarity slot illustration rares, I reckon, Harry, it'll be something like Crown Zenith. You should be, if you buy an ETB, you should get at least 2 illustration rares. I would assume. I would hope that's the way it's hitting. If it isn't, then it's gonna sting. It'll burn.
If they're Prismatic, it's gonna be fucked. Like,
it can't be Prismatic. It can't be that bad.
They'll give it
like,
the Crown.
As bad as that. Like, well, it can't be because Prismatic didn't have an illustration rare set.
Yeah, but
so
it doesn't matter.
Like, the hit rates are so bad. There was nothing in that slot though you could get.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. They still had a 32 SIRs in the set, which is something they don't.
But that's why Prismatic felt so bad though, is because there was no illustration rare set. Like that, the second last card, you're getting nothing pretty much ever. Because there was never a chance to, apart from a Pokeball or a Master.
Don't the SIRs come at the second last slot anyways, like in other sets?
I don't know, but if you go back and open a Sword and Shield set before trainer galleries were created,
they were rough.
That feels
they
like
feel
Prismatic.
rough.
Well, it's Evolving Skies.
It feels that bad. Yeah.
Like,
it's true.
It's so much sweeter when you hit, though, right?
Yeah.
So much sweeter when you hit.
I'd love to hit a fucking Derulidon alt art in Evolving Skies area. That don't feel good.
Yeah.
I've got one, brother. I've got one.
He does. I've seen it.
that does not feel good
And
at all.
I think the other problem with, like you say, with the Prismatic thing was too, because they did, we've got 30, whatever it was, the SIRs, but like half of them were still felt kind of junk anyway. You kind of wish like...
If it wasn't the evolution, you were disappointed.
Right. Like you feel like if it was the other ones, they could have just been... Like, there's like the trainer full arts, which like ones that are like, they're like, they look pointless. They could have just been like, I don't know, you could have made them, they could have been ARs. You could have still just had the evolutions, the 9 or whatever, you know what I mean? Like the 9 SIRs, made those other ones ARs, so you feel like at least you're hitting a bit more.
Yeah.
You could have, that set should have been set up that way, saying, 32 SIRs wasn't actually that big of a deal because you still only wanted the 9 anyway. It was still a 9 card set.
Like everyone in chat's like, the mask.
The what? The masks.
Like the Ogapon masks. It's like you pulled that as an SIR.
Yeah,
fuck you.
It ruined your day. Yeah, especially when you bought when you did the Japanese boxes. Yeah, like and you guaranteed one.
Sick, Joel.
What?
They were sick when you came to Perth.
Yeah,
and we opened up those boxes. They were sick, man. I loved opening terrestrial. Terrestrial festival.
It was fun.
Never get that out,
it was fun, and that's what I mean, because like you're guaranteed a hit, which is more than what you're guaranteed in any English box.
Yeah.
And also we did all right. I think all 3 of us hit like an EV evolution, or like what I got like the Roaring Moon. Your mate pulled the Leafeon for you, and like I got the Jolteon. So at least you sort of walk away going, "Fuck yeah, I hit like you hit a decent card." But that was more than Prismatic, It was more than what you get for Prismatic.
But excuse me, every pack, it's like you're at least pulling like an EX or something. And people will turn around and go, "Oh yeah, but they're not worth much money." And it's like, I don't give a fuck. Like I'm opening something.
That's the point.
Feels good.
Yeah, I'm opening something. I'm enjoying the fact. If you're going to go into a box break where you've got 10 packs, and there's a 1 in 10 chance that you can pull something that's like the best card of the whole box. I mean, to go into a box break and grab 2 packs. You're winning, right? You're literally winning, regardless. And opening up fucking Terrestrial Festival and pulling 2 EXs, it's like, you know what? That's all right. And you know what? For someone like Dean and his gang and anyone that does any form of like selling, that's got to be a better feeling for them going, well, you know what, man? You got something. So here you go. Enjoy. See you later. You kind of feel like your job's done, right? Like,
if every pack I could sell someone had a fucking hit in it, then it would.
Yeah.
I don't print the product, I sell the product.
Yeah.
So, I don't get to make that call. But yeah, you're right, Harry. Like, that's what I want. I don't want to be sitting there selling packs and, pulling jack shit. Yeah. That's no fun for anybody.
Yeah, fuck oath.
But that's why it's nice to have, like, what do they call them? Japanese, not holiday sets, high-class sets.
The high-class ones,
Yeah, that's why it's, nice to have a high-class set every now and then.
Yeah. VMAX Climax.
And I wish that would be cool. That would be cool if, let's say, for example, English Pokemon took away both of the holiday sets and did like a English high class set once a year.
I'm in.
That would be great.
I'm in.
I mean, wouldn't you enjoy that?
Yep. I'm in. I'm all for that.
I would.
Yeah.
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 Good.
I mean, I can't even remember when they started doing holiday sets, but realistically, it'd be an American thing because if you think about Australian culture, like we have like what fucking 1 holiday really, like maybe 2.
Was it X and Y?
I can't remember. I'm trying to think. When it was. I mean, because ETBs started in black and white with Plasma Storm. I'm pretty sure that was the first one. I think. But I don't know. Plasma Storm was still a normal set, so it wasn't like a holiday set. I'm just trying to think of the first ETB that I can think of that doesn't have like a booster box equivalent. Somebody.
Dragon Frontiers Was it the Dragon one that was a holiday set?
Let's see if I
Was it
No,
Dragon
no.
Majesty?
That's what I'm. Sorry, not Dragon Frontiers. Dragon Majesty.
Yeah,
Like Dragon.
I think it was Dragon Majesty. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that came out before Shining Legends.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that was it.
Yeah, I reckon you might be onto it, Harry. I think maybe it is Dragon Majesty.
So that was
trying
It's wrong.
to Google it and it's not helping.
Are we
me at
still
all.
are we still on the second topic of the night, by the way?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're here till at least 1 a.m. Just saying.
Yeah.
This is called winging it. This is called winging it, dude.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah,
I don't know.
dude, I shit you not, I have like 7 other topics that we're just not going to get to, but you know.
I mean, we can. We'll just fucking quickfire it.
I'll tell you what. What's the most boring one, Joel? While Dean goes and has a piss.
Oh, yeah, go take a piss.
What's the most boring one we can get out of the way?
Oh yeah, you can go take a piss for this one. This one's pretty boring. This was someone posted this the other day. This is EB Games. Have you seen? Yeah, they're selling singles now, right?
Yeah.
How do we feel about this to start with? But let me just zoom.
Well, the funny thing is, do you know where they're getting them from?
Where?
It's an American company that sorts them all and sends them.
Bullshit. Why would they do that?
Yep. Fuck knows. That was my question to them.
MJ Holdings?
Yeah.
Is it MJ Holdings?
They didn't know which company it was, but yeah, they literally purchased them from an American. I'm like, buy them off people. Like,
That's that one.
but yeah.
Yeah, it's
I
like,
think look, to be fair,
And their prices
right?
are
If
outrageous.
but listen, if you've got a keen eye, right? If you are someone who's fine-tooth comb shit, you could really go through this and pick up a deal, right? And the only reason I say that is there was a card on there, and I've seen this a little while ago. There was a card on there that was $100 under the value of what you could pick it up for. But I also saw, and I'll finish that. I also saw that the Magneton promo that came inside, I think it was with the Surging Sparks.
Sparks ETB. Yep.
Right? It wasn't even a Pokemon Center exclusive. $399.
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah. That was the one
someone out there completely cocked up the pricing on it, and it was like, yikes. So it was well, I think someone in EB Games, and this is what's really interesting for me as someone who like will buy singles and stuff too. Like, I think what's really interesting is that they've obviously got someone in their department that is very finely tuned into Pokemon, who is watching the price market in the secondary field to be able to then at least put these prices on these to say this is what we can sell them for. EB Games getting into singles, I don't really think it's a great thing personally.
Fuck EB Games.
I think we should leave that to smaller, let's say, what do you call them? Like franchise,
local card shops.
Yeah, leaving to local business to be able to sell singles and stuff like that. I think keep it away from the big dogs. Yeah,
Mate, how dare these guys fucking come in here and say that they're the house of trading cards? Like, your name's Electronic Boutique.
Yeah.
Like, that's what EB stands for.
Well,
like, fuck off.
Word on the street is EB Games going down, which is not a surprise to anyone. But EB Games I don't know if you've noticed this, they're trying a lot of things in the last 6 months. Like now they're selling old games again, which, by the way, why the fuck weren't you doing that for the last 15 years? Like, welcome to the party, dickheads. Like, you should have been reselling old
party
games.
you started.
Yeah,
because
right?
the games that were that, because you got to think of generation cycles too, right? Like, like people that are moving into the boomer level of life, right, are going back to grab that old nostalgia that they had as kids. So it's like games that were 15 years old aren't really like today. The guys are just turning maybe 19, 20. And they don't have the money to be looking back on it. They're trying to spend it on booze, bitches, and whatever, right? So like
necessities.
They're not 30. They're not in their late 20s, 30 years old, sitting at home with their partner, bored as fuck, trying to put pop vinyls on shelves behind them, trying to do that. They're not doing that yet, right? They're chasing too much poontang. They're out there doing what they're doing. So like this is aimed at that market where it's like, no 8-year-old's going to have $89 for an Urshifu. No one's going to have that. It's aimed at you, brother.
Is that not
30-year-old?
That card is not aimed at me.
That ain't into me either.
$89 for that.
That's the alt art. That's
I don't
to,
even care. Like,
Come to Lunar Cards, guys. You get it for about half that.
yeah,
Yeah,
like,
there you go.
and I wouldn't even pay that because I don't. That Pokemon is nothing to me. But like, yeah,
But
some
if
of
you
their
were collecting
prices
it for
are
a set.
astronomical.
well, yeah.
So
Mate,
that's pretty nuts.
Yeah,
But the market price on that full art Pikachu there is like $40.
Yeah, it's like a $40
Yeah.
card.
we were talking about while you were taking a piss, the Magneton promo, Surging Sparks, and they had $300 and something.
Yeah.
For the normal one.
That
The
might have been
promo that
the,
came in the ETB.
that might have
Yeah,
been
but
the
not the one that came in the
Pokemon
ETB.
Center one. That might have been the Pokemon Center one.
No, it
Potentially.
wasn't.
I'm telling you now,
It was
I
not.
looked at it and brought it up on a stream myself.
Yeah,
And I fucking criticized it because, and I went into it, had a look, it wasn't Pokemon Center at all.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
I read the bio, we had a look at it
Yep.
as a fucking stream, and it wasn't in there. And I was
someone showed it
disgusted.
to me as well, and I was like, "Nah, it's surely that's wrong."
Because that's
Yeah.
that's the Pokemon Center one, yeah. But
Yeah.
of the Mimikyu, but I got a feeling they'll just be like, fuck it, we can just add whatever we want to the price and just
That's what they
YOLO it.
did.
Yeah.
Like they started this when Surging Sparks came out, pretty much.
But this goes back to what I'm saying. You look at what an EB Games is, right? It feels like it's barely games. It's all novelty bullshit. It's all crap.
Oh, it
like,
is. Yeah, 100%.
Zing should have been doing this when Zing came out. Like, we're more collectibles. They should have been selling
Yeah.
singles and done it properly, like a proper TCG store, right? Like, been doing that right from the start. But no, instead they'll have like pop vinyls and plushies and all the crap that
Yeah,
Zing
but
and fucking EB
when
Games
when
has.
your business is to sell video games, what do they call it? Loot, right? Like plushies, this, that, yada, yada,
Yeah.
yada. When your business is primarily that, and I understand like selling stuff, like selling boxes of Pokemon cards at that level, it's like, yeah, cool. Like these boys are pushing that, they're moving that, right? That's cool. It is what it is. But they should be the place where everyone can go to, where the price should be where it needs to be, and that's down, right? Not only are you going to pay, but not only are you going to pay $50 a year to have a fucking membership just to pre-order something that nobody else gets to it, then you can go on here and buy singles for double the price. Kids go like it's just EB Games are just this fucking bunch of bitches, man. All of them, like they suck. Like they really suck, you know.
On another note, the Charizard onesie, did they make that in men's size and like real men's size?
The Charizard, yeah, they do.
But no. I'm talking like a real
No, the
men's
answer is
size.
the answer is
On the
no,
next-
guess.
On the next date, Gaz, you'll get a second.
That's it. Yeah. That's my.
Wear it on the date,
You get a
guys.
second. No, he won't.
Wear it on the date.
Hey, I didn't get a second without it.
Worth a shot, Gaz. Worth a shot, bro.
Now you know to try.
Yeah, hey, I'm all for it, man.
Oh fuck.
But like, I just feel like EB Games is just they're trying so much stuff. Because has anyone seen CEX, that store?
Yeah, yep.
Right, and
We
like
got one.
CEX.
It's a cash, like an exchange store.
yeah, it's a glorified cash converters in a
How do
way.
you pronounce it? Is it still pronounced?
It's literally
CEX.
it's pronounced sex.
Is it really pronounced that?
It's C exchange is what it's like. I don't know what the C is for, but yeah.
Don't know. Can't
But
see
everyone
it.
just calls it sex
Oh, be
here.
careful, Google and stuff. Be like, did you mean?
Yeah,
sex?"
yeah, But-
Obviously.
yeah. But they're just
But
selling.
they are the biggest rip-offs I've ever seen. My local one anyway.
Some of their stuff's
$78. What?
they sell
For
everything. Like
$9.70.
they sell everything. They sell like games,
Yeah.
controllers, phones. Well,
DVDs,
like,
DSLR.
I don't know
cameras,
how much I feel good about
like-
secondhand
Yeah.
earbuds.
Yeah,
Like
Should be right, mate.
I've seen them have
Right.
like stuff more expensive
you're right.
secondhand
dishwasher.
than the product is new. Like
$1.50. Oh,
What?
that's cheap as chips.
Yeah, for
Blu-ray.
Blu-ray.
Oh, that's because nobody gives a fuck about CDs anymore.
That's
Because
exactly
you
right,
gotta
Aaron.
buy a Blu-ray
That's exactly
player
right.
as well. You gotta buy a Blu-ray player as well.
Yeah, you
that's
can-
where they sting you.
Yeah, when you're
That's
there,
what they get,
yeah,
yeah.
the Blu-ray player will be like $400. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they sell everything. But they're funnily enough now the one in where at Knox City opened up right next to Zing and EB Games. Hilarious. But once again, going back to what I was saying, EB Games should have been doing this shit years ago. They should have been selling more gaming stuff. They should have been more into retro games and arcade machines or I don't know, anything that's like booming, EB Games seems to stay far away from, and then be like, no man, people are happy to like buy $100 games from us, and then everyone downloads it for $80, you know, online now anyway.
Have you heard what the profit? Sorry, not profit, probably the wrong word. Have you heard what is keeping EB Games afloat at the moment?
Tell me it's Pop Vinyls. I'll laugh my ass off. But no, I don't know. I actually don't know.
It's actually been Pokemon. Pokemon has been the thing that keeps them afloat.
Fucking there.
And the thing is like if you someone come up with a number to me the other day, which I don't have any proof on it. I can't say it's true or not. But they were saying that 65% of their revenue that they are making is Pokemon profit.
That's crazy.
That's what they're making. But that's the thing. So like obviously like they're 65% of their takings that they are taking in as a whole as a business is 65% of that is TCG Pokemon related.
So March to June next year, we should see them collapse as business.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Like people are buying it obviously like at retail. So but that's what's holding them up. I mean,
I think it's because they have more of a guarantee, I think is what, as opposed to a normal TCG store. So it kind of makes sense. Yeah, like they kind of...
Well, they bridge the gap, don't they? They bridge the gap, but you can't well, I don't know. Where I live anyway.
I mean, they don't cancel pre-orders, but they move them.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's not necessarily guaranteed, right? Like we don't do pre-orders at the moment purely on the basis that we did for Prismatic, we put up like 50 ETBs and they sat there for like 10 weeks. And then they eventually, as spoilers came out or whatever, people started to snap them up. And then after the spoilers came out, we just got inundated with requests to pre-order them. And we were like, you know what? Fuck it. We won't do pre-orders anymore because we've always done midnight launches since the start of Scarlet and Violet. Like, I don't know if anybody else was doing it back then. I'm going to put my hand up and say they fucking weren't. And we pioneered doing that. But we just opened the store at midnight and then we let them, you know, if the product all sells out between after midnight and 2 a.m., it sells out. If it doesn't, then we'll have stock on the shelf the next day. But we've had a good orderly system and it works, and our customers get to buy our product instead of people pre-ordering it and it going off somewhere else. For a local card shop, for us, like that's important.
Yeah.
Do you think that
do cancel pre-orders sometimes? I've had it with the Prismatic product. They actually cancelled the second print run of the tech sticker pack. They're like, no, they're not being done anymore. And then JB had them, but they actually cancelled them, and they were all online. And the worst thing was, you then had to go into a store to get your refund, which pissed a lot of people off, especially people that were in country to have any.
Do you reckon that was because like Prismatic was just so big that it was just kind of...
Well, so in the email they sent out, they're like, this product is actually been done again. Which then is obviously wrong because Target got it, JB got it. But yeah, they actually cancelled. Yeah, they just...
they would have they're going to reprint it. We'll get tech stickers in fucking 6 months from now.
Yeah.
Like again and again.
But yeah, they actually cancelled it. And like, yeah, like the fact that you purchased it online, you could only purchase it online, but then you had to go into a store to actually get your refund. Like, that pissed a lot of people off.
Yeah.
Do you think it'd be worth just cancelling all pre-orders altogether, like never having?
I think it'd be fantastic. I think it'd be absolutely amazing, and like, yeah, go into stores to buy the product.
Does that only work when it's booming? When you say that though, because when it's littler, like I know smaller stores like pre-orders. Oh, Dean, you could probably answer this as well. Like when it's just running business as usual and it's all normal, I think like having pre-orders is good because obviously it's like guaranteed cash in your pocket. You'd rather it up front. Is it easier that way? Is it not? Like, isn't that the idea of pre-orders?
I thought the idea of a pre-order was like to try and make sure that you could at least let your supplier know where your allocation was going to be. Like,
yeah, that.
So you get a rough idea.
It depends on your business liquidity and where you're where you're at with your product or your distributive relationships, I guess. Like, I can comfortably say that our company does not need to pre-order for our own benefit, right? I can order a certain amount of product from the distributor, and if they allow me to buy that, I can pay them. I don't need customer money to pay that stuff because of the way our business runs and our, just where we're at as a business.
Yeah.
Did you have to tier that, Dean, to get there? Like, was that like
yeah?
Yeah.
If you start out fresh, sure, like pre-orders probably isn't a bad way to do it. But again, if I was starting a business out fresh, and we did, our approach was let's pull money together and do it the right way, because realistically it's bad business practice or a bad business move in any sense to be able to, if you're buying product, use other people's money to buy that product, because that's not the name of the game. The name of the game is me buying product and then reselling it to customers.
Yeah.
So if you can't do it that way, you shouldn't be doing it. And the businesses that can't do it that way are usually the ones that fail or fizzle out, because they get in over their heads. It happens all the time. You see it all the time.
Yeah,
How do you... Sorry, guys, go on. No, you're right, mate.
I was just gonna say, yeah, like I run a retail business. It's not TCG related at all, but like, yeah, I run it the same way you run it. I do my orders, I pay my orders, then I sell the product. I don't wait to sell product to then pay the, like. And I've seen businesses do that. They're like, oh, we pay all our bills at the end of the month. I'm like, how do you know how much like ins and outs you've got?
It can be done. It can be done, but it's a ticking time bomb.
Yeah,
it's a ticking time bomb.
That's what I mean. Like, it's only a matter of time. It's like, oh shit, I can't pay all the bills this week, or I've got to pay the bills, but now I can't pay the staff. Like, the day I get my bills is the day I pay my bills. Like, that way I know exactly where I am at all times.
Yeah, and that's just scaling, through the right avenues, or when you're starting a business, starting it just with the right amount of capital to actually do it the way that it should be done. Yeah.
So my question was going to be, Dan, when you've got like a distributor, right? So how does something like that begin? Because like I know guys that have got distributor access, right? And I've got a guy locally, and he said he doesn't have a store, physical store, right? He just has an account. So he ordered 100 cases of ETBs. This was going back last year. No, sorry. About 6 months ago. Time's all fucked up. But he only got he got 10 cases of ETBs as opposed to 100 that he asked for. So my question is how do you go from, like you just said before, your relationship's really good with your distributor? Is it because of the way that you pay it, or like if there is a tiering system, how does someone go from being on this level to the level where you're saying you guys are at with your business? Like, how does that relationship work? It's something I've always sort of wanted to understand.
I can only speak hypothetically because we're always at the discretion of the distributor. It's up to them at the end of the day. But we order more than we know we're going to get, but we can afford. So if they go, yep, here it is, great, bang, pay that bill. The other thing is we pay our bills almost instantaneously. Like, they will come through to one of my partners. He looks over it, goes, yep, all right, this is what we got, shoots it over to me. Within 10 minutes, that bill's paid. Right. Gotcha. And that product's, that usually is 2 to 3 weeks out from any kind of release. So, I've seen our allocations as a new business, right? Because Luna as a company, as a business, is only 12 months, just over 12 months old. So I've seen it grow from this much product sort of up and up and up to this much product. And it's from us obviously ordering the same amount or increasing those orders, paying those bills on time, and then continuously grabbing, whatever is that we can or we need to grab from them, because distribution's a business as well at the end of the day, right? They also need to buy a lot of shit that they don't want from certain companies or parent companies to be able to get the shit that they do want. And it's no different, for us. And it's just nurturing that relationship as well, though. Paying your bills on time always helps.
No, I'm just curious how it's worked, like I don't understand that life. I hear a lot of complaints, especially around the YouTube world with like different content creators. You'll always hear someone go, well, they plan a stream and then it's like the stream gets cancelled. Oh, we're going to do it next week, guys. Distributor couldn't get any product, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, well, how, if they've got it, and this is what makes me worry as someone who's like let's say a collector, is that if you have a relationship with someone who has access to distribution and they can't get it, what fucking chance am I going to get standing at Kmart trying to get it myself? Like, it's that kind of thing where I just go, that's puzzling. It's very puzzling to me. And I go, well, if you've got a guy who you've constantly, you know, here's 10 grand, here's 10 grand, here's 10 grand, you set 10 grand, here's another 10 grand, small time, right, as far as business is concerned. But for someone who runs a small channel or whatever, it's like, and they can't get it, it's like, well, I'm screwed. Like, how the fuck am I going to get a hold of it? You know,
It's
it
another
always
thing
makes me
too.
worry.
It's another thing too, Harry. Like I was saying a little bit earlier when we were talking about walking into Kmart and 4 different sets and that. Through that period at the start of Scarlet and Violet, when nobody wanted that stuff, we were still asking for, all right, well, we'll take this many cases, this many cases, this many cases. Just from our previous experiences in other businesses that me and my partners have run, and acumen from, you know, what we've done in the past, we understand, you know, that part of a business relationship. And we were like, well, we're aware that like myself, Gabe, Luke, and Chris, right? We're the 4 that own it. And we've all been in the hobby for long periods of time and at different times. So we know we've experienced cycles come and go. So there was only a matter of time until we didn't know when, didn't know if it was going to be this big or like this crazy. But at some point, like we were going to hit another, you know, bull market for Pokemon. And that's what we're in right now, what we've been in for probably 4 sets solid. So we would always be buying, you know, as much as we could get, like to a point where back then we could also afford to buy cases for ourselves. We're like, all right, we'll order 10 cases and the store is only going to be able to get through like 6 of them. So we'll pick up the slack and we'll grab 1 each. Now we're at a point where we're ordering like 100 cases and we don't even get half of that. And we don't get to keep any for ourselves because we have so many customers gagging for the product. We have to sell it to them. So I was saying about Gaz getting 3 SPCs. I got none.
So that's my question. That's my question to you, right? Is like, that story seems to be happening quite a lot across everywhere where, like you just said, you asked for 100 cases and you were lucky to get 50. So it's like, how does that go from, like, how does it get, especially for someone who owns, I can understand people that just have online stores, you know, I can understand, you know, how much came up, the big guys and all that, Maya, whatever, right?
Yep.
But when it comes to like the lifeblood of what trading cards are about, which are primarily, you know, local, that's where the games get played, that's where blah, blah, blah. You would think that the support would come from distribution at a higher level for those, because look, and I'm not saying, I don't mean this in a funny way, but you'd probably agree with me, is that you're not going to purchase anywhere near what Kmart has the ability to purchase, right? But at the end of the day, surely then you would look after the middle foundation of what that core hobby's about, right? Or the distributors just don't give a fuck. Like,
I think they do to a degree, Harry, but I think the big thing is especially we've got one distribution channel in our country, right? That's Banter, and they do a lot of toys as well. So for their business, they're going, all right, well, when Pokemon's not hot, Kmart's still out there spending millions and millions on all this other ancillary junk toys and stuff that they distribute. So when Pokemon is hot and Kmart that spends billions on that other crap comes knocking and they go, we want Pokemon now, they have to give it to them. It's a bad move for that distributor to not give it to them. So they have to then start spreading the load, which means we get less. As much as we'd like to get more, but they have to do that as a business. Like if it was my business and it was my distribution business, I would do the same thing, right? Like you have
they can dump all the shit on them at a
list.
time when it's not hot. Yeah,
that's it.
I get you. Yeah.
So that's where that extra is going. And like I said, I was saying as well earlier, at some point, like with JB Hi-Fi and the Lorcana, at some point, Pokemon will get back to a point where it will sit on the shelves and Target will be like, all right, fuck it, pull the plug on it for now. We'll come back to it later. And that's when it starts to filter back down to me and I go from getting 50 of 100 cases back up to 70 of 100 cases. And then I've deal with that through the bear market and the bull market will come and it'll be the same shit again 4 or 5 years later.
Cool. Interesting. Thank you for explaining that because that's good. I think it's good for a lot of people to hear that too. I think it's like a question that sort of burns in people's brains of trying to understand the tiering system of like how online, presence just get what they get, or like LGSs versus big retail. Like I think there's a tier system there that most people wouldn't understand.
Well, yeah, that was actually like super insightful to hear that from like your point of view as well. Like, yeah,
good information.
Definitely.
Is that a problem in Australia that we have as opposed to other countries where we only have one distribution center? Like, is that ideally, would we want more? Like because banter kind of holds all the cards, really, right?
Competition is good for business.
Yeah.
Like in any aspect, especially from a consumer point of view. But banter,
how did we get so shafted with banter? How did they shaft us?
They do a good job though. They do a good job. Like they haven't, there is no competition there to sort of get things any cheaper for us. But they do a good job. Like I deal with them almost daily, and I don't have anything bad to say about them because I understand how we're in that situation we sort of just discussed.
Yeah.
But it's we don't really need it. Right, America has like up to I think 5 distributors, and they've got 350 million people in fucking 52 states and 97 cities, and it's you couldn't have one company service that. It just wouldn't work. We're a spec on that, so like one distributor kind of works. I wouldn't be opposed to a second, but that's I don't think that is our problem. I don't think having 2 would solve, where we're at.
Yeah.
Do you think if we got a second one that then it would, like I think a lot of people thinking a second distributor would mean more inventory. Would that be the case if we had a second distributor in this country?
I don't think so. I think TPCI is like, this is your fucking allocation for that corner of the world, and that's what you get.
Yeah. I think a lot of people misconstrue that. Hey, they kind of think that, if we get a second distributor, then that means like if they're getting 300,000, they've got to give them 300,000, right?
Yeah.
Not
no, it means
each.
Yep, that's it, Gaz.
Yeah,
that's what I'm going to say. That's what they would do.
Exactly.
I'm going to say,
Dean,
Dean, you're the first person I've ever heard say that banter do a good job.
Yeah, I was gonna.
Honestly, I've
Gaz,
never heard.
he runs a
anyone
business.
say-
He runs a business and has to buy from him. He's not going to sit here and go, "Fucking bunch of dogs." These guys. He's not going to.
No. Look, in all
probably
fairness,
not
Gaz,
watching.
Greatest guys in the world.
I've heard stories. I speak with other business owners all the time, but I can only speak to my experience, right? And I do that on my podcast and in everything else. I hear all the outside noise. I can understand everybody else's opinions, but what comes from me is my experience. And I have a good experience with banter. To this point. Like you can timestamp it till this point. Like that, who knows when that might change in the future? I don't know. But till this
Clip
point.
it. Someone clip that just in case we need to reuse that in court later on. Just clip it.
Actually, they liked one of my Instagram posts.
Banter. Oh,
Yeah.
you're a bit. I think.
Yeah.
I think the problem a lot of people had with banter was when they started sort of cutting out a lot of the online stores. So a lot of people who were doing online only as part of their business model, obviously a lot of those people, like people I know, are just getting like nearly nothing now. Like it's almost not even worth having a store now. They're at that point, yeah. So I think they're the people I think who wins. If you got a brick and mortar, I think you're obviously in a better position.
Not necessarily.
Well, I think
brick and mortars are getting like same as small online retailers. Like at least one of my ones, locals is.
if you run a smart business,
You got to draw the line. You got to draw the line somewhere as well, though, because in COVID, man, they were fucking popping up like everywhere.
Yeah.
3 houses down from me, 4 houses down from them, 6 houses down from them. Everybody was like,
Everyone had a
all of
banner
sudden
account.
Had a banner account and selling cards.
Trap houses, brother. Trap houses. Making the money with that cardboard crack, yeah? Everyone had one.
cardboard crack.
That's where you know when Harry was saying before as well, like are they looking after the local card stores or the middle guys? That's something that they implemented that is right, because the reality is anybody can go and sell a fucking box on a Shopify store. You get AI to do it for you these days.
Yeah,
anybody could do that, but not anybody could go out and start the brick and mortar shop and have it run successfully and do all that kind of thing. So
I compete against the online guys all the time, like in my job. And it's a freaking nightmare. Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah,
Overheads,
interesting.
it's a real fucking thing.
Yeah,
I feel like
Yeah,
you don't
it
see them
is.
as much anymore now, the online stores. I feel like a lot of them have. I feel like there was a
They've
lot.
weeded most of them out. They've pushed most of them out, I should say. Not weeded. They've pushed most.
Is
of them
that
out.
Banter's plan, or was it just just because it
Well,
was what it was?
again-
There was too
again,
many. They just had to. There was too many.
mouths to feed.
Yeah.
Mouths to feed. Like that's probably where.
And it's
where
probably
it
better
should
anyway.
go.
Like it goes to the stores, and like obviously,
But look at
But-
look at it this way too, Joel. Like, I mean, let's say you've got a banter account, right? And then all of a sudden it gets hot, right? And we're all just sitting here. You used to get 40 ETBs. You were like, fuck yeah, this is great. I go, Joel's making money. So now that 40 becomes 20, right? Gaz jumps on board. That 20 now becomes, what's the math on that? Oh my God, here we go.
13.
That 20
13.
becomes what? 13,
13.
right? Whatever. And now you got Dane jumps on as well, and then the next minute we've all got 10 each.
Yeah.
So it's like you gotta spread the wealth, but
same.
Yeah.
that's the problem. And then everyone is sitting around hating on each other, going, "Fucking guys in the hobby."
That's what I
fucking
tried
this,
to
that,
like
blah,
explain to so many people. Like they would say, "Oh, they need to print more. They need to print more. They need to print more." They're printing the same amount. They're at max capacity.
I think
There's
they're
just
actually
so many
printing
more stores. Like, well,
I-
they're at max capacity. Like they can't print anymore. Like they need to open more printing stores. That's a terrible business decision. Like, because then when it goes back to being quiet, they've just bought a massive printing facility, which now they're not.
Yeah.
The jobs they've created in that print, they're now firing
Redundant.
those people.
Yeah.
Like for a 6-month absolute boom, that's a terrible business decision.
with every man and his dog trying to sell it, it just
Yeah.
ends up being on one of these things where it's like, we are the problem, right? Like, not I don't sell it, but like,
yeah,
I mean, it's for people that think that they can just jump online and sell it. We are the problem.
I think it goes to like kind of like you were saying before, Dean, where it's like people don't actually know how hard it is because people think because something's hot, it's easy to sell, which it can be, but running a store, running it successfully and can be able to continue, it's not just about Pokemon, it's about all the other things. It's about having TCG nights where you get people to come. It's about having midnight launches. It's about being part of like shows and doing stuff. It's not just like, I have cards, come to me. It's like
no, you're creating a community.
Yeah, it is that still. It is still,
Like-
we've got to have an eBay. We've got to have an online store. We've got to have a whatnot. We've got to have a this. We've got to be able to buy cards. We've got to be able to afford to have cards on display. We've got to constantly like price cards. We've got to make, like, it's not as simple as get cards, sell cards. Like, it's not. Like, you have to.
That's it, bro.
Because
That's it.
because for every Evolving Skies and Prismatic, there will be a stint where it's, Scarlet and Violet base, a Battle Styles, a Rebel Clash, like where
Darkness Ablaze.
Darkness Ablaze,
Great
fucking
set.
Six set,
Shrouded Fable.
loved it. Yeah, pumped it up. It was the best set.
I
ever.
opened a butt ton. That was the first set I opened back.
How many
2019.
$47 Charizard VMAXs you got from Darkness Ablaze?
Oh, a
47.
lot.
What a burn! What a burn!
A lot.
I opened
Charizard.
15. I opened about 15 to 20 booster boxes. Did not pull one Charizard VMAX.
Oh, that's
Five-
nasty.
Five or six, sent 2 or 3 off for grading.
Oh, fuck off.
I think in a PSA 10, it's only like $150, isn't it?
Yeah, they all got
I don't
PSA
know.
10s too.
I don't think that. I don't even think they're worth $200 on a PSA
It's
10.
not even worth the plastic that they put it in. Like,
Nah,
Hey, it's a Charizard, it is.
big
I
Zard.
never pulled one. I had to buy one.
Oh,
Yeah,
could've
no.
just given you one, mate.
Oh, what do I'm Gaz? I've got all the Charizards. Fuck you, Gaz. Whatever.
So, just to switch gears because we probably should. It's like
Yeah,
10:15.
All right.
What do we want to end it on? We can end it on Labubus, or we can hang shit on King Gary for the next 10 minutes.
I mean, we need a good view of that jumper first, mate.
This is my jumper.
Yeah, come on.
The one
got
that I was
pants on?
pressured into buying. Yeah, I've always got
Yeah, he's
pants.
got pants on.
And
He's up and walked off
listen,
before.
don't come around here with your come around here bullshit. Nobody pressured you into anything. You made the dumbest statement that you made on the potty.
Where's the order? Did he
I
say-
held you accounted to it. No, and he backed out too. Then he backed out, yeah, because he said on a potty, he goes, "I'm going to get it signed. I'm going to get it verified." And
This is a
just got the fucking
$250 jumper. Yeah, it cost me like $100 and something to get it shipped.
But I think
And
Jason
it took
Paige is a
6
great
months.
guy. I really like Jason Paige and his jumpers. I think they're great. I think everyone should grab one from the Jason Paige store if you can.
Jason
I
Page.
definitely would,
That's
and
the
I'd pay for
fucking
the extra
paid-
signature.
No, I don't get it.
That
I
was a
want the one of
paid
one.
endorsement, if I ever heard
I
one,
want the
Harry.
one of one
That was-
forever. I want the one of one forever. I don't want anyone else to get it. If anyone else gets it, then it devalues it. Yeah.
Do people actually
Yeah.
like? Is Labubu's a thing? Is that a thing?
What is
Labubus.
it?
That's the direction. Let's go.
I'm glad you asked.
I heard Labubus were. It's a 10-year-old business, and now some famous person fucking took a photograph and had it on their handbag, and now they've just popped off.
That sounds exactly how the world works right now.
Are they
Dean?
keychains?
Yeah.
Is that what they are?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're little teddy bear things that fucking their head rotates 360 degrees. That's about all it does. And
Are they a mystery?
no.
Like, is it a mystery box? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, blind bags.
Yeah.
Yeah, blind bags.
yeah, right.
Someone's trying to make the next new thing by the looks of it.
So
It's 10 years old apparently. It's been there. It's been there for ages.
my mates came over the other day, and two of them had them, and they had them hanging off their bag. Like, I'd never seen them before. I heard about the hype, and to me, it was just the Beanie Babies all over again. You remember how Beanie Babies were huge in the 90s, and then they literally went as quick as they came, yeah? I felt like this. I feel like this is just the next evolution of, like, pop vinyls. I feel like cards stand the test of time, just sort of pivot it back, because cards, you can put them in binders, you can put them in your shelf, and they're neat. Collectibles and shit like this is plastic that no one cares about.
It's a nightmare up here.
Yeah,
like getting it all to sit nicely is a freaking nightmare.
Right. Like, and these are just
like I don't have any Labubus,
but these are just to like hang off your bag and like be a fashion statement, I believe, or I don't know.
Well,
but there's something.
A statement, maybe not fashion.
Well, I think that's what it is, because you're seeing people in the fashion industry pumping them at the moment.
Yeah, but have you seen the fashion industry lately?
It's making
the
money.
runways, what they're wearing. Like, come on.
Listen, you don't have to convince me. I've seen it. It's gross, but it makes money.
Yeah.
But we were
talking about like, you know, potentially buying some, and I was just, I don't know.
Harry, put your pants on, mate.
I was wearing. I made sure I wear pants tonight.
But they're pretty. These are $650, right, for 6 blind boxes, right? So you don't even know.
That's insane.
We say that, but we open packs that have like $400 cards.
Yeah, shut the fuck up, guys.
We do the exact same thing. Like,
very rarely would I spend $650.
That's not even a case. It's not even.
That's what a Labubu. That's what,
yeah,
I was gonna say. That's what a Labubu person. They see a case of Pokemon cards. They're like, "Fucking $1,200. No thanks."
Yeah.
How many classic collections did we get, guys? How much were they again?
Yeah.
I only opened one.
How many?
How much? For how much?
Say what? Yeah, it's
yeah, got him.
Yeah, it's true. Like, and they've got multiple.
Yes, but
and because some of these I think singly sell for big bucks. So with the blind bags, it gets that same gambling dopamine.
There's
that
so
we all
many
get.
of that stuff. Like you line up at Toy Mate, and they got like the basketball, and you don't know what character you'll get inside. The One Piece ones, you don't know what character.
And nothing really pops off though, eh? It's Pokemon's.
Oh, I don't know. Because I'm not in that area. I have no idea.
We never know what we're gonna get from a pack of Pokemon cards either, though, right? Like,
yeah.
If it's got the ability to be collectible, man, it's just gonna have money attached to it.
Yeah.
These will die
regardless.
out. I just look at this. This is $1,700, yeah. It's
what
this-
is where
this-
what?
The one top left.
They're both
What the
1,700.
fuck?
That's $1,700 right there.
Tall as it.
So
Where are the sneaker bros? Go play with this shit. And leave
they
us
are.
alone.
They've jumped on this. So Labubus are.
I saw
hard now.
Real World Sneaker Bros
Yeah.
doing the thing. I was at the local Canberra Outlet Centre, which is like your.
I thought you were going to say glory hole. I was like,
Well, it was
Fair
DFO,
enough.
Direct Factory Outlet, and then it was bought out by the Outlet Centre, and Canberra's is COC, and it's on Iron Knob Street.
Classic. Classic.
But I was in the Nike store, and they had 4 ticketed price, which everything's always on special anyway. And there were these 3 sneaker bros, and they would have had 100 boxes there.
Yeah.
While they were
Jesus.
while they were in line, and they were going and just grabbing boxes and bringing another 20 to the counter. I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
If you
it
can,
was insane to watch.
if you can flip,
And I was
it, you
getting
can
2
flip
pairs
it.
of trackies.
You know what's more insane is to think that someone else is actually on the receiving end of buying that through, though. Like, people are buying it. So, I mean, why does it market?
Yep. But I think more than half the boxes were like this certain football boot. Like a soccer shoe or something. And I'm like...
Jolly's going to get a one-on-one Labubus hoodie next.
Oh, God, no. Divas wrote buy a Labubu. Nah, I don't see the appeal.
I don't see it.
I've had to slow down on pop finals because even I'm starting to be like, whoa.
If that was a Charizard, I still wouldn't buy that.
I see the appeal. I see the appeal.
You don't think it's just another Beanie Baby though?
You can't call yourself. You can't be you can't be a collector, not look at something else and then go, I don't see the appeal. You can. I
can see the appeal. It just has no appeal to me. Like even if they were Pokemon. Like if they were Pokemon, I still wouldn't.
But I don't see the long.
If they were Pokemon,
if there was a Rayquaza one, I'd probably fucking buy it.
Right, but you're not going to buy one of these new Labubus every month for the next 20 years of your life, are you?
Absolutely.
But you're not collecting them.
But same thing happened with Beanie Babies, yeah, because people were like, oh yeah, there's a new Beanie Baby every week, every month now. And Beanie Babies kind of blew up, but then people were like, Beanie Babies are fucking pointless. And you go online now, they're worth nothing because people just didn't give a fuck.
But there are certain Beanie Babies that are out there
that are probably worth
that
a lot.
If you're in the Beanie Baby fucking market, right,
you would know.
No, right, that's a different website. But like the thing is, if you're in the Beanie Baby market, right, like you would know what your go-to is. Like, this is the thing. Like, we can sit around here and talk about prices of certain cards all day long because why? We enjoy it. We know what we're talking about. We're into it, you know. And there's going to be a Labubu podcast where there's some other fucking Labubu is over there talking about Labubu shit. Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
it's a fun word to say. Hearing Harry say Labubu fucking 3 times in a row, I was like, ooh, Labubu.
Now it's in your brain.
You're right. You're right. It doesn't
keep your pants on. Keep your pants on, dude.
It doesn't have the ecosystem yet. Once it has like the Pokemon ecosystem and it becomes a thing, you know.
Well, they do.
Well, I think only now it's literally just a hype thing. It is just a hype.
Yeah.
It's just everything all at once. I don't know how long term and the longevity of it. Everything when it comes to toys and collectibles, like physical collectibles, like I don't know if you guys look into pop finals. Like Funko Pops are going under, yeah? Funko Pops you won't be able to find in the next 2 years, yeah? They'll be gone, right? No, and they probably lasted longer than any other physical plastic collectible in the past 30, 20 years. You know? Like toys come and go. Like Power Ranger toys were hot in the 90s, then died out. Fucking Ninja Turtles died out. Transformers still sticks around. Pretty hardcore niche for Transformers.
You know the best toys that ever existed that they don't make anymore? Do you guys ever have Crash dummies?
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
Everyone
had.
Yeah.
Well,
do you remember those fucking cars that used to like crash and fold up?
Yeah,
like,
I got a red one. I got a red one.
I fucking gassed with those, man. Like, how come shit like that doesn't still hang around?
Yeah, why? I don't know. That shows.
But the thing is, Joel, there's a difference between toys and collectibles.
That's not what we're looking for there.
Yeah.
The yellow over.
Yeah.
Yeah, that red card
thing on the front. Like,
yeah, this shit.
And they used to run into the wall and they would dint in.
That was clutch, man. That was real toy.
The windscreen came out.
Yeah.
The windscreen used to pop out. Yeah, see?
Up.
Yeah.
But that was never a collectible, though, was it? Like, it was a toy. It was actually something
toy.
that you...
Yeah.
A great toy.
Of course you would. Yeah, you go back for your nostalgia, right? But a pop vinyl's... Yeah, but pop vinyl's not a toy, is it?
Pop vinyl managed to do something clever where pop vinyl just...
Right?
But pop vinyls did something different, though. They managed to, like, get everyone else's niches and turn it into a toy, right? This isn't like, here's a toy, it's something...
Yeah, but it's not a toy. Like a Funko Pop doesn't bend at the knees. It can't be fucking
I'm agreeing.
Altered. Like it's a fucking collectible.
It's made to be a collectible. It's made to stay.
I love taking him out of the box and upsetting people.
Oh, you're a monster.
I just wanted to see Crash dummies. To be fair, like I know it had no relevance.
It's a good call.
No, bring it back. Bring it back.
There's a Spider-Man,
and there was the cannon. Remember you shot it out of the cannon?
Remember the TV show? They had a TV show.
The TV show's great.
Didn't last.
Yep.
Didn't last very well.
No.
And you shot the missile out, or you could shoot the Crash.
It was no Gumby.
Gumby's a fucking winner.
Yeah, that stuck around forever.
Fucking hell.
I used to like Thundercats. Thundercats is my thing.
Thundercats was
Back in the day.
Thundercats and
I
Silverhawks. Do you remember
Yeah, I
Silverhawks?
didn't get Thundercats.
I don't remember Silverhawks.
Silverhawks was like Thundercats, but in space.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, so
Like biker mice from Mars. They were
Yeah,
Hey,
that was awesome.
good shout. Biker Mice from Mars was the shit.
That
I
was
remember
awesome.
watching that too.
Thundercats was
Yep.
fucking awesome.
Yeah, man.
This chick's
Thundercats
hot.
was sick.
You can see her boobs.
Yeah, no, right.
And then Silverhawks
Boobs.
was like the same.
Labubus.
Silverhawks was like exactly the
We
same.
call them personalities, Joel.
Personalities. Personalities. Silverhawks. Ah, they were the same thing. They were sick. They were like Thundercats in
I
space.
do remember that.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
were,
yeah,
it was
yeah,
like
yep.
it was Thundercats
I'm
in
old.
space.
Yeah.
Samurai Pizza Cats. That was always one of my favorites.
Yeah. Good vibes.
So many good shows back in the day.
But
Cartoons
see,
these days
but look,
suck.
look at how many we're saying
Yeah.
are great, right?
We,
And
we
they
were
just-
we were pretty lucky, the generation
Yes.
that we sort of, you know,
Yep.
the kind of shit we got to grow up with. Especially, and I talk to, like, you know, my son's only 19 months old, so I haven't had that conversation with him. But I remember telling like my brother and sister, like, grew up in a generation where I was like half my life I had no internet, and the other half I did. Like, you know,
Yeah.
seeing
Yeah.
two different sides of the world.
It's
Yep.
true. You saw what was on TV on Saturday
I
morning.
don't
and
know
that's
which
what you
one's
had.
better.
Oh yeah, take me back.
Yes.
Take me back.
Me
Yeah,
fucking
Take me
back.
Take me back.
We wouldn't be here doing this, but take me back.
But
The
look,
Do you remember how
sacrifices I
good
make.
like TV ads were? Like fucking
Yeah.
TV ads for toys used to be so good. You'd be like, shit, I need that. It was the only way they could get it to you. Now it's like, you know, it's lazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a different era. Gargoyles was the tits.
Yeah,
Gargoyles
Gargoyles was
sick,
dope.
Yeah.
Aren't they doing a movie or something?
Are they? Please. Please, dear God.
Street
Thought I saw
Sharks
something, or it was like a
and
live
Street
action or
Sharks as
something
well.
of Gargoyles?
I don't know. I need to
It's hard to tell on the
I don't know,
net.
it might have been a dream. I don't know, but I just, yeah.
Good.
Street Sharks was awesome. Oh, mate, I have
Sharks
weird
was
dreams,
shit.
so.
Street Sharks. That's my vibe. My
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
they were cool, man.
So at work in our office, we've got like a nerd wall and a whiskey wall. And the nerd wall has a whole heap, like Street Sharks, Biker Mice from Mars toys, like a whole heap of just the old toys that we had from kids. That were like, yeah,
fucking.
we're putting this in the office, and yeah, the nostalgia.
Oh, it looks like it's happening. Gaz, you didn't
I
make it
thought
up.
I saw something.
You didn't make this up,
It
brother.
wasn't a dream.
Disney's live action Gargoyles reboot gets long
Yeah.
awaited
Not a
update.
dream.
Oh my God, Gaz.
Yeah,
Well, this
I
is
saw something, and I'm like, I'm in.
this is the
A
best.
live action reboot of the 90s animated series about the Manhattan clan of gargoyles.
Shit, should we start buying all gargoyle toys?
Get on it.
But I mean,
Do it, bro.
it's Disney, so probably not.
Yeah, they'll fuck it
Yeah,
up.
true.
Oh fuck it.
They will fuck
Yeah.
it up. But insane.
Didn't they just vouch that they weren't going to do it? Tanked so freaking hard.
You just like.
Didn't
come
they
out
literally
again?
say we're not doing?
No, they'll fuck.
Hey?
They keep fucking everything up. They keep saying they're not going to do this, they're going to do that, and then they just fuck it up anyway.
I know
they said
why
they
they're
were-
I know why they're fucking it up. Can I say?
Go it.
Go for it.
Are you sure? I think it was one of our rules that we spoke about beforehand, but I might
We said-
leave it alone.
We had to keep it short if you were going down that.
Go woke, go
How
broke.
How short can you keep it?
Too many fucking Skittles is the problem. That's the problem, right?
Too
They're
many
tasting too many
Skittles.
rainbows.
Yeah.
Tasting too many fucking rainbows over at Disney. They need to relax, yeah.
This guy. Oh, I love it.
I like how you put it, and
I
yeah,
could have said, hey, listen, guys, you know me. I could
I'm with
have
ya.
articulated that so much better.
Yeah, you
but
could
I
have.
wasn't
We
allowed
could have
to.
got pretty demonetized, eh?
Hey, look, I mean, everyone likes Skittles.
Well, it's
yes.
that could be a good way to end this because it's getting kind of late. I'm sure my housemate's getting kept awake by yelling and screaming. We touched on a lot of things. We didn't get to most things, but that's good. There's more for next time, I guess.
It's the first potty back,
First
Joel.
potty- actually,
you've just got back in the saddle, mate. Well done. Well done. Are we
back
going
on
to
it.
see this a bit more regular from you or
Every
what?
second week, I'm going to plan on doing it. Every second week. So every second Tuesday is the plan because obviously I'm off site.
Nice.
And then I'm going to bring back the one-on-one podcast soon. So I've got a couple of people I've got to line up for that. And then I'm going to start gaming again. I'm probably not going to be opening up Pokemon cards for a while, but I will start gaming and just doing some retro games and just the shit I did. I'm actually going to be doing because you can't just like stand on top of the hill. Yeah, you got to defend, right? So I am going to be doing the column stream again, where regain. I'll be a 3 times world champion of columns because I refuse to give up that title.
I watched so many hours of that.
It was 10. It was like 9.5 hours. I think I played.
Yeah, I watched so many of those hours.
Yeah, it was a long
You
day.
smashed it, Joel. You're an absolute weapon. Nobody can ever take that game away from you, mate. You can play that till forever.
That's it.
Sure.
So
I don't know what the fuck that is.
So
Tetris.
Kind of Tetris, yeah.
it's like Tetris.
Oh, Tetris.
I did like a 9
Yeah.
hour, half-hour stream last year, and I got the highest possible score on it. So
Holy shit, dude,
which I
that's-
already got,
Yeah.
but I already did it like.
And I sat watching.
I did it like 15 years ago. The actual original of me doing it is already on YouTube from like 2009 or 2010. It's like me
For,
getting
for,
so-
2 days straight,
Twice.
everything was 16
Yeah.
pixelated. I was looking at.
Joel, it's one of Joel's tisms. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? He loves looking columns every year.
You just got like heaps hotter.
Yeah. So I'll be doing it again.
That was
So
hard. That was hard to get hotter, but he did.
it was a good day. It was a big day.
Ugh.
All right, guys, we want to give yourself a last minute plug before we covered a lot of ground. It was good. We only went through like 3 topics, but we got through it. We spread it out. It was good.
We chewed it up and spat it out, Joel.
Yeah, we did. Guys, give yourself a plug, mate.
Well, for those that don't know me, yes, I am PokeGaz also, aka Grumpy Gamer 84. Got 2 YouTube channels. Both quite easily by searching those names. And hit me up on
Your mic is cutting out
Gaz?
so much. I think
Oh.
it cut out when you
I
said
heard
the YouTube
that.
names.
I'm so far away from the mic, and I'm talking quite.
Have you tried
This
bringing the
happened
mic
last
closer
time
to
we
your
did it
face?
as well.
Have you tried bringing the mic closer?
Let's try it. So I can't whisper because Deeves will get upset if I mic. But
No,
you can
there
find me
goes.
on.
He's PokeGaz. You know who the fuck he is. He's also Grumpy Gamer. Get over there and subscribe, would you? For fuck's sake, hurry up. The man's mic's cutting out. He needs donos. Go and help him out. Yeah? Jesus Christ.
Fuck.
Thank you, Harry.
You're welcome, Gaz. I got your back, bro.
Dean, give yourself a shout out.
The Hobby Podcast AU, as you can see there, we have guests, friends, talk a bit of BS, back and forth. It's all a lot of fun on there. We're actually giving away a Prismatic ETB at the moment, so get over there and find out how you could potentially win that, just, for free. Obviously, Lunar cards as well here in Bentley, Australia, or Bentley, Victoria, I should say. Come down and check us out. And if you're not too scared of Whatnot, jump on there, Lunar_cards as well. You can buy anything you want from me starting at $1 auction. So it could go for $1, could go for 10. I don't know.
Good work.
I like that. That was sick. If you're not scared of Whatnot, it was a nice way. It's a nice way to fuck them up there. I like that. That was good. Right at the end too. Nice.
Last minute. Good work. Harry, where can they find you?
You know where the fuck to find me. Come and find me. You'll see me.
Fucking find me. Fucking love it. All right.
I'm going to sit here and promote myself. I do that every other day.
It's hard. It's awkward, eh?
Nah, not really. It's pretty easy.
Comes natural to Harry.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. It's fine. Yeah, so thank you for everyone. Thanks for the chat. Chat was vibing tonight. Thanks for the questions. We'll be back in 2 weeks. And if all goes to plan, we might have a very special guest, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. He's not coming on the show. 100% he never comes on the show. Guarantee you.
He'll be here.
He will. If he knows what's good for him.
Look, if he
knows
turn,
what's
he can
good.
have my spot.
Have your spot?
Yeah, I'll step aside for him.
I have a feeling this will be the last conversation I have with Joel for the next 3 weeks.
Why?
Yeah.
No. All right, guys. Good fun. Thank you so much. Thanks so much for the chat. This is
Thank
the
you,
part
Joel.
where I forget
Yeah,
how to.
thanks for having me.
I'm gonna try. Oh,
Nice to see you, boys.
151
Thank you,
views.
boys, as well.
151 views. Perfect way to sign out. All right, Dears, good work. Oh wait, do the for the photo. Go do the picture for the photo.
What is it? What do you do? What do you do for the photo?
It's the grumpy sign off.
Look enthusiastic, Harry.
No.
I'll screenshot random pictures and put it for the photo. Thanks, guys. I'm ending the stream now.